So welcome to Whiskey Dice. My name is Brad. I'll be your Dungeon Master for the evening. And as always, I'm joined by the stars of the show. Say hi, everyone.
Hello.
Everyone. Howdy.
So before we begin, this adventure is rooted in dark fantasy and will touch on uncomfortable subject matter. Understand that this is just a work of fiction. The actions herein are not defining of true belief or characteristics of the players at the table. So this is your warning. If you are squeamish, to turn back now. We are jumping into Chapter 2 of the Briar Marches campaign. You weren't here last week to hear that.
Yeah.
Tonight's episode is titled, The Exorcism of Ndeara, Cole. So last time on Whiskey Dice, the party made their way to the fiefdom of Krivengrad at the behest of one Narissa Flamecourt, who was kind of their adventuring teacher, so to say. These are newly aspiring adventurers that have found their way to the actual city of Krivengrad to begin making a name for themselves. In doing so, and adventuring around the town, you found a local tradesman, frogman, named Sitsot, of which gave you a quest to find his 187 bow ties, which took you into the Dovewood. You then came to find out that they had been stolen by a group of corrupted pixies. That's also where you met our sixth player, who has not joined the table tonight, one Oztrix, the Blood Cleric from the Isle of Cass. He came and aided you in smothering pixies to death, which is kind of how it went. You were able to retrieve, I think, something like 54-ish, 50 some odd.
54 completed and about 20-ish.
Yeah, bile-soaked, bow ties. The idea is that Dream and Adasonya, you stayed back in town, just kind of doing whatever you wanted to be doing. We can talk about that maybe as they come to you. But I don't think, at the end of the last session, did we decide to rest for the evening? Or is this still, do we want to we'll keep it set at night. What? Yes.
We had rolled through the day, delivered the stuff to Sitsot.
Yeah. Yep.
Had nothing else to do. We had the nighttime adventure
And you guys
coming
are
up next. And then you forwarded us to...
Afterwards, technically, but that is how I'm going to set that up, is essentially Oztrix had that conversation before, and Valen will fix things thematically for the rest. So, all of you are within Krivengrad, assuming probably around Calador's pub. Mm-hmm. Probably.
Yeah.
It's late in the evening, the shops are closed, and you await Oztrix to come and gather you. Thine girls have been lounging about the pub today. And we're just going to set it up as you guys are coming in, and Calador is giving you guys dinner, etc. He's just kind of sitting over next to the hearth, smoking from a pipe, so he's available if you want to speak to him. But it's a quiet night at Calador's pub, as we've kind of found out that there's not a lot of traffic that comes through Krivengrad. Not really. It's not really on the fringes. Calador is literally here to cater to those that come in on Sundays for the tournaments. That's kind of it. So I will hand it over to the party to do as you wish until Oztrix arrives.
Dream, Adasonya, it's good to see you guys up and about. You guys feeling okay?
Feeling well. Napped plenty today.
It's good. How you feeling?
I feel fine.
Good. Maybe we should catch up on a little bit of what took place.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because it was a lot of fun.
Did you get Sitsot's bow ties?
Some.
Most of them.
I think
58.
That's not most.
54.
50. Well,
That's definitely not most.
Wasn't there 187?
Yes.
Quite a few.
There was. Yeah.
Oh.
We found. Okay. Yeah. We found some woodland creatures.
pixies.
Pixies.
Corrupted
Corrupted pixies.
One corrupted.
Aw.
Just. But then a bunch of regular pixies.
Just seen the sparks flying. That's interesting.
They're very tough. Did you know that? Pixie skin?
Yes.
Tough as nails.
Oh,
I felt
didn't know
cold and I
that.
blacked out.
Oh,
Tried
yeah,
to
that's
chew on
right.
one once. Didn't work so well.
I don't think these would have liked you chewing on them.
Interesting.
Are they flammable?
They turned.
We didn't try that either.
To be fair, when weapons struck, sparks flew. I don't know if flame would have worked.
Huh. Unfortunate.
Well, we found the corrupted one was standing over top of. Well, we don't know the fella's name, but
He ate the pig tie. He ate the.
he was
Bow ties.
being force-fed bow ties
Oh.
They're
Did he
also
live through that?
No, he's very much dead
Ah,
that's
that's pretty.
and was
Screwed
still
up.
being fed bow ties.
Yes.
Ah, no wonder why he didn't get very many.
Do any of you speak Eldahari? Oh God, it's the devil language.
I don't think so.
It was a very,
I
very
don't know if I speak it.
I don't think I do.
Yeah, that thing was very creepy. It was just saying over and over, "Eat, choke." And I'd actually repeat it in that language: "Eat, choke."
It's a very guttural language.
Coming out of a halfling.
And it's pronounced Areldare.
Eldahari.
It was added to the languages of the March.
yeah.
I'm
Well.
missing a language. I don't know what language it's gonna be though.
Okay.
And
It
so
have to be that one.
we figured we should stop this corrupted pixie from.
Force
Yeah.
feeding a corpse.
Well, yeah, because he
I mean,
was
at that point, the
wasting
corpse
good.
isn't really.
Yeah, but he was making the bow ties.
We needed the
go
bow
away.
ties.
Oh
So,
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and it would be wrong to let such a corrupted creature continue to roam the wood.
It needed to die.
That it did.
So you killed it.
Well, the barbarian.
I tried.
No, you did great.
I felt cold and I blacked out.
Yeah. Yep. I don't know. The cold.
Do you do
weird.
that a lot?
Do what? A lot.
Black out.
This is the first time. I
Yeah.
felt anger.
Did
A lot of it.
we told him, didn't we?
We tried.
He tried.
We also met a new friend.
Oh
Yes.
yes.
How could we forget
In
a
the
good
middle
friend,
of-
Oztrix,
The blood guy.
the blood guy.
He does use a lot of blood.
He likes blood.
I don't like
Is
blood.
he a vampire?
No.
What?
Well, we didn't ask. That's a good question.
We did not see him drink the blood. It was more of he used blood and used it as the cast spells. It's very odd because
He did-
I saw my parents cast spells and they did not look like that. But he cast similar spells.
Is
you
he
know,
a necromancer?
he says he's a holy man.
He says he's a cleric.
So a cleric.
We're
Sure.
gonna do what he called an exorcism.
I don't know what that is.
Can I roll to see if I know?
Would you like to roll a history check?
I would also like to.
History or religion? I would take either.
Hey, they're both the same.
Same.
0.
Nice.
Okay.
The 12.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
I also rolled a 12.
Hey, you're in sync.
Yeah.
I had +5 to mine.
Adasonya, I would say from your origin that exorcism would be a foreign term.
Okay.
With a 12 from you, if you choose to be from the Isle,
Yeah.
a term for relieving one who has been possessed by a foreign body is the definition.
Huh.
So, parasite. Think of like a parasite being removed.
I've
You would
heard of
think,
this.
Think of it maybe in a medical way.
You have.
Briefly. You know, removing something that isn't supposed to be in someone else, you know?
Oh, like
Parasite.
like a leech on someone.
Yes, but something more sinister.
Worms.
Like an evil leech.
Yes.
Got it.
I have no idea. All he mentioned was
I do not know
Why
about
not
evil
kill it?
leeches.
it's no. It's we have to go to the bailiff's daughter to do this. She's the one in trouble. We can't just kill her.
Oh,
Why
I
not?
mean,
You could.
I don't think that's.
I don't
what
think we
they
can stay in
want.
town if we did that.
Yeah, I think the goal is to get it done without doing that.
Yeah, and Oztrix mentioned things could get a little hairy.
So where is
Dangerous.
this ostrix?
Yeah, I think he took off to the castle.
He went that
Or
way.
to the-
Yeah, he had to go talk to Rorik. Yeah, he had a meeting with Rorik.
Does he have a castle? DM?
Yeah, he does have a key.
Is he coming to collect us when he's ready?
Yeah.
I think that's the plan.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the plan so far has been
I'm staying outside.
He stays outside. He enters when we need his help.
Yes.
Because Oztrix said there's going to be a lot of blood.
I don't like blood.
The way he described it was he's going to take some of the blood out of the body, purify it, and then put it back in the body.
Which, to be fair, he said the hard part is
putting-
putting it back.
And we have to do this multiple times from the sounds of things.
I'm sure he can explain more.
Why can't a stronger cleric do that? Isn't there like spells or?
You're asking the wrong people.
That seems like a lot of work.
That's beautiful. That was beautiful right there.
I come from a family of clerics, and I've never heard of this before. So either my family sucks, or it is foreign to us.
Your family's clerics?
Yes.
Oh.
My mom and my father wanted me to be a cleric. That didn't work out.
I can see.
So you just decided to hit things with tiny sticks then? That seems like an odd jump.
I'm sure you hit things very well with sticks.
He does. He
Instead
smacked the shit out of a
your
pixie with one.
It was
religious
quite
stick.
impressive.
Instead of a religious stick, you just have a regular stick.
It was cool. The stick on the chain whirled around and whacked one on the head, knocked it to the ground, and it kind of fluttered like that for a second. It looked like it hurt.
You know, we had an elder in the tribe that said, bring a heavy stick with you. And
Are your
don't
sticks
talk
heavy?
a lot.
I'd pull out my nunchucks. Something from my hand. They're pretty small. They fit me.
Tiny sticks.
Interesting.
I did not do well at the temple.
It's okay.
The clerics didn't like me. The monks were a little more
That kind of hurts.
acceptable for me and how I acted.
I see.
To be fair, the reason why I'm here is because they sent me out to see the world. They said
You and your little sticks.
What have I done?
you leave me and my little sticks alone.
Just twirling tiny nunchuck sticks.
Like she's playing with a keychain.
They said by the four lights I could find balance and center.
Oh,
And find my enlightenment on seeing the world. Because I did not belong behind walls. I agreed.
I was also told I don't belong where I was.
I
That's
just
why I'm
needed
here.
to find
Do you have
more
tiny
stars.
sticks?
I have this. I pull out my axe.
That's not tiny.
No.
That's 2 times the size of I am. It's quite large. I wish I had bigger sticks now.
It's okay.
Could you
little-
hold them though? You're rather small. Smaller than I.
I put my axe over towards you.
I go to grab the axe and just, oh shit, fall over with it.
Hilarious.
Actually, you know what? No, let's do this.
No, do a strength check.
Let's do a strength
Yeah, yeah.
check. Let's do a strength check.
Or athletics.
Add a +5 to it.
I rolled a 5. That's a 10.
Can I aid him with this? Because I'm not quite letting go.
Sure.
That is a
I just got
17.
one finger.
We're gonna get the free chat roll out of the way. Not give you anything important.
That was hilarious.
It was pretty funny. It was good timing. What'd you get?
17.
So what happens?
He starts to like lose grip, and I just keep my hand there. It just stays.
Oh,
You're
look.
doing a great job.
My grip releases. I fall over while he's holding it there.
Actually, this would be more your style. And take the spear. Here,
Stand back up.
wait, it's just it's a regular spear.
I roll a 16.
You get it. There you
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold
Yeah.
the spear like, oh, this is not as heavy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Could you use that?
That's better balance.
Kind of like
It's
stab with it out
my
in front of me,
God.
like, no,
oh
no.
yeah, it's not
doesn't
very
feel-
good for me either.
It doesn't feel right. What feels right though is, and then I turn over at Gailian and punch him like in his thigh.
Whack.
I'm rolling a con save because why not?
Let's see if you can do it.
I got a yeet on the punch.
Hold on.
I got a 1.
You don't need to roll a con
You,
save.
you
He's rolling
Charlie
to hit
horse
you.
the fuck out of me.
What'd you get?
I got it 20. Yeet.
Oh.
Natural 20.
Roll non-lethal damage.
Dead leg the shit out of him.
Oh, that's almost max. That is.
Be careful. I almost did that too.
That would be. Shit. 7.
Where do you punch him just for funsies?
Just in the thigh.
Just in the thigh?
Just in the thigh. It's like a dead
It's kind of
leg.
it's kind of one of those things that you hit him, and it's a solid hit, but it takes like 4 or 5 seconds for you to like look down and realize how bad it hurt. And of course, you're not raging or anything. It's one of those kind of Peter Griffin moments where all of a sudden it just starts to hurt. And you kind of fall to the ground, and you're like, yeah, there you go.
Hey, sorry.
It's gonna leave a bruise.
No, that's good.
A bruise.
I haven't had a good spore
Tiny
since the
stick
bear.
man can hit.
Oh, that felt good.
I'm glad you got that out of your system.
I'm glad that you prefer that because I'm not letting you borrow my staff. Don't even think about it.
She said, don't think about it.
Your staff.
Also,
Your staff.
do you have that pixie dust?
Oh, yes. I have stuff for you.
The pixies exploded.
And they turned into this stuff. And I'd hand you, I would have wrapped pixie dust in the traveling clothes. Because I don't have a container to put it in. So it's, hey, be careful. It's going to get everywhere.
So any spell in regards to it was fire, lightning, and did I add a third? Essentially anything that requires a spell component, you have enough for about a level's worth. Like between level 2 and 3, you're pretty much covered on any spell that would be in regard to lightning or flame.
Okay.
That requires spell components. And that's kind of within the setting, killing monsters. No,
No,
enough for
you're
a
a whole
whole
level.
a whole level of spells. Like between level 2 and 3, you're kind of set. They got a lot of it.
Yeah.
So
It was
you only
4
need little
pixies worth.
pinches and things. So anything that's like, you need in this setting, you guys are gonna get things off of monsters and things to aid in spell component thematically to make it cooler.
Maybe we need to visit Sit Saw and put that in something that's not clothes.
Did we give away our pointy sticks yet?
If any of you have any adventuring kits and stuff, you might have some vials on you and stuff.
I think
You probably are more likely to.
Yeah.
I probably would have, because I had the
I have an
kit.
explorer's pack.
Yeah, yep. You could put them in that.
Yeah, I also have an herbalism kit.
And if you have a component pouch, you would have room for it probably.
Yeah.
By throwing in some vials.
Secondary thing for you. We talked to Sitsot, and Sitsot informed us that he can get specialty goods. Takes him a while to get them, but he can get them. But he specifically mentioned texts. He said he can get them super cheap. So next time we go visit, we need to go visit him tomorrow morning. I've got this off the guy. There's I bought a piece of paper, and it's ruined looking. You can't read anything off it, but there's a stamp on there.
It's some sort of trade agreement,
Yeah,
we think.
It looks like it's merchant stuff. Maybe Sitsot can tell us where it came from.
Yeah, it could be, could fetch some coin to whoever wants it back.
Maybe.
I'm sure it's quite important.
For
Depend-
context, Sitsot, what they found out last session is there's not a lot of really good trade goods within the city. It's all very basic.
Yeah.
But Sitsot gets someone that comes through every 2 weeks that brings some goods from the capital. And you can request things from the capital. It just takes 4 weeks to get it. So if there's specific items that anybody in the party wants, you can pay for it up front. And it takes about 4 weeks in game time. He also gets a delivery once a month from the Isle of Cass, which for you helps because if you're looking for any specific spell scrolls and things, you might be able to get them for you at a discount.
Yeah.
And that can be a way for you to add spells to your book as we progress. But for that, from the Isle of Cass, it would take about a month or two is the thing. So a lot of downtime to get it, but it might pay off.
Okay.
So
Actually, while we're waiting for Oztrix, we could go ahead and go there. I'd need to...
It is rather late.
Kind of look outside.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
dark.
I think we're close.
Maybe in the morning.
Yeah, I don't think they're open. I think I hear him snoring.
So Calidor's actually snoring next to the hearth.
Oh wait, it's that guy.
Pipe unlit, kind of sitting on his belly. Monocles kind of up on his forehead.
I dropped my great axe on the ground.
Well, it's wood,
Yeah,
so
it's wood. It's wood. It's a little bit of steel.
Tonk.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, it kind of clinks hard, and it's kind of one of those.
No need to be a nuisance.
And he kind of turns back, and snores really loudly.
Oh yeah, we also got gold.
We did.
Yeah.
Okay. How do we break this up? Well,
You don't have to. We weren't there. We didn't do any work.
we're all together. It's all right. I guess
That is
we had
very kind.
we had 8 gold to give. I'll keep 2. I'm gonna give 2 to the Druid, Atlas. There we go. And I'll give 1 to everybody else. So everybody had 1 gold. That was from Sitsot from getting his bow ties. You guys accepted, so you might as well be involved.
And everyone's leveled up to 2, yes?
Yes.
All right. And also, there is a quest board in OneNote for everyone and posted in Discord
Yes.
of all
Yeah.
active and potential quests. There's a few that I don't have on there as of yet, but there's a lot on there already.
I
But it
did
gives you
write down
guys-
the ones that you told us that one, the first
Yeah,
session.
that'll
so.
give you kind of a fun little thing to mess with and some ideas. As you guys are kind of picking at the food that's left, helping yourself to drink within the tavern, just waiting on Oztrix, you do hear a melodic tune from the front of the tavern. And what you hear is, "Oh, hear the tale of adventurers bold. In Krivengrad's land their story unfolds. With hearts so brave and spirits bright, they impressed the Lord and his gods of might. From shops they wandered, eager for quest. A frog named Sitsot put their skills to the test. He sent them forth to the Dovewood shade, where secrets stirred and pixies played. For in the woods they found the prize, old Sitsot's crowns, no small surprise. But mischievous sprites with bows in tow had twisted plots and tricks to show. These tiny fiends with nimble hands wove spells and laughter across the lands. But our heroes, stout and true, you see, they found the bow ties to Sitsot's glee. So raise a glass and join in cheer for those who venture far and near. Pixie bow tie, let's sting tonight a song of quest and fade delight." The door opens and you see a very familiar face of one Narissa Flamecord.
Hey.
So she kind of kicks through the door. She was playing the lute on the outside. It immediately is very interesting to you that she seems to already know how your past day in Krivengrad has went.
Did you see everything that transpired? I can explain. They said it would help with the stress.
Oh yeah.
The bathhouse.
Oh,
Galen.
I thought he meant choke of the pixie.
Galen visited the bathhouse when we got back, and
Oh, you went back after I
No,
went to
this is
bed?
the one time.
Oh,
he
You look a little red.
It's rather hot in here. Oh, the rest is here. That's why. Yeah.
Narissa has her hands on both sides of her sides, kind of looking at you, both sides of her side. So for context, Narissa is in this setting a tiefling, though they don't call them that typically. She has pale red tinged skin. She has long flowing red hair. She likes to dress nice, but it's traveling gear. She is a bit of a renowned adventurer. She does have curled horns that are black pointed ears. Tonight she's dressed as if she's been on the road all day, alluding you to the fact that she probably hasn't been here long. But she did send you guys out ahead of her a few days ago, so the fact that she's already made it's kind of fun. But she is giving you quite a look.
Narissa, it's been a while. How are you doing?
Doing fine. What I've heard, you are all doing great.
Yeah. How did you find out how we were doing?
yeah.
When a
Was
group of-
Valen running his lips?
A group of adventurers find their way into Krivengrad and all of a sudden go on such an epic quest, of which I'm really proud of my new song, by the way. Word is
very
spread.
good.
Quite good.
Word is spread. Actually, there was some tradesmen heading out to the Dovewood. that I passed by.
That makes more sense. You look like you've been traveling. Do you want something to eat?
She kind of, in her high top boots, kind of walks across the tavern, reaches over the bar, and does grab a bottle and takes a seat facing out. Calidor won't mind, and she kind of pops it open. So how's it all been? Have you been, made a name for yourself here yet?
You're singing about it.
Raking in the gold? It's a pretty good song, I think.
It's piling up around us.
I have one.
I did stop in on the bathhouse to get some clothes cleaned.
Oh, did she say anything about me?
She said a lot of things about you,
Oh,
actually.
okay.
What did you do in the bathhouse?
She told me not to tell anyone what happened.
Did you have sex?
Is that what it's called?
We've been over this.
Did you mate with her?
As far as I know, it wasn't the bathhouse proprietor. It was one of her workers.
Yes.
Well, that's what what they do sometimes.
They are all speaking of him with fervor.
Oh,
Oh,
impressive.
good job, buddy.
She kept saying I won't repeat what she was saying.
Okay.
Oh, well, come on. It's just us.
Your face is getting awfully red.
It is. I wish I was blacking out right now.
No, let's
Well, let's not do that.
let's not do that. That's too far.
That's fair.
You know, it does remind me of the time, and she looks at you actually.
Well,
It does kind of remind me of the time that you ran into that dryad Patius in the Dovewood, and I found you.
hey.
Atlas,
Now Atlas is getting red.
You know,
see this?
when nature calls,
When nature
Have you conjured any
must answer.
woodland beings of the small type yet?
No.
No? Haven't adopted any, huh?
No.
Not made any?
How would
I
that
just think it'll be funny if a squirrel comes running into town one of these days saying that, "Hello, Dada."
What about the
That would
birds?
be slightly horrifying. Because I don't think that's how that works.
No. I don't understand druidic power either, so.
That's fair.
what are you doing?
Nothing. Enjoying nature.
I just think it would be interesting.
He's one with the trees.
Do you think it'd be interesting to know how
Swirling
an
around.
elf mating with a dryad, what they would make?
That,
I'm sorry that my mind went to squirrel. I don't think that'll be the way that it goes.
I don't think so either.
Could
I don't think it's.
You and
I
some
don't
more the
know.
beastly type.
I just really want to make a song about a squirrel baby.
You can always make a song about a
Yeah, I was
squirrel
just saying,
baby. You
nothing's
don't have to
stopping
have-
you. Yeah.
It has to be.
You could leave my name out of it, though. That wouldn't. I don't think it hurt anything.
I will say some news. There is some word that the branded horn has made a presence within the Dovewood recently, and that many of the animals are growing restless. Just in case you run into any of your old friends, if you could throw that information my way, would be good to know.
I mean, of course. But I mean, there's always myths of the branded horn coming through.
There's more sightings of the great stag.
Really?
I would like to see him one of these days.
Who's the great stag?
Well,
It's a stag. It's rather great.
I mean,
And
Thanks,
this is why
Galen.
they will speak of you for the next week at the battlefield.
he's not
Galen, that is
wrong.
such a fascinating way to put that.
So, you know how your family has like those things in the sky you talk to?
You mean like the cat lord?
You're talking of the. You're talking. Are you talking about the four lights?
Yes, the four lights. Thank you. Well, imagine that there's one for the woods.
That's a
like
stag.
Yes.
Yes. Well,
But it's not in
not
the sky.
not just any stag. It is. Well,
So you're
quite
right.
possibly the
Yes.
most
Great stag.
beautiful thing, probably to walk in the woods.
I read about it in Tabaxi lore.
The cat.
The cat lord.
Yeah. Now I have to make it in Briar.
So the most
has to
beautiful
wear
stag
boots.
you've ever seen.
And also the most furious if you
Yes.
intend to hurt the wood.
Oh,
It's
so it's
the
like
one-
it's a guardian of the wood.
It's said that if you anger the branded horn, then you anger the Lord Dove. So probably not a good way to go about it.
Yeah, so
I've heard a little bit about the Lord of the Dove, but not good things.
no, you won't, because that is nature's wrath made manifest.
So is the stag like the good, and the Lord of the Dove is the bad?
They both represent both sides of the coin of the emotions of the inhabitants of the Dovewood, is how I've been told.
That is the best way to put
There's
it.
Okay.
Sort
both
of
good and bad in nature.
So it's like Luma and Mortis,
Sort of.
kind of like a
Mm-hmm.
co-opposites to each other.
Yeah,
Can't have one without the other, or you'll have.
Instead of four lights, there's only two.
yeah, except they represent like just the beauty and the severity of nature at once.
Mm-hmm. Kind of like Beauty and Beast.
Kind of look over at
Did you
Galen.
just come up with it? I like it.
Am I beauty or my beast?
You should write a song about that.
Depends on who you talk to,
Probably
I
should.
think.
I think so.
I'll incorporate
I'd-
some.
I'd be
talking
curious what the bathhouse
pots.
has to say about you. Are you the beauty or are you the beast? A little bit of both, maybe.
I bet beast.
He did,
Anywho.
he did strangle a pixie to death.
What?
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
we left that part out.
Also,
Right on.
Dream, I put in a special order from the Isle of Cass of some tomes and things. Whenever they get here, if I'm not here, I need you to make sure that they don't fall into the hands of anyone other than you or I. Within the next 2 months, because I don't plan on staying here more than a fortnight or so.
Well, are they going to Sitsot?
Yes. So just make sure that you round about in Krivengrad over the next several weeks. Just
Where-
keep an eye on.
Where are you headed?
I haven't decided yet. Probably further south. I'm just going to cramp your style if I'm here, to be honest. Plus, you don't need me. This is a relatively tame area to cut your teeth on. I understand.
Tame.
I do understand, but it only gets harder from here.
Oh, joy.
Mhm.
This is what the monk said about enlightenment. Enlightenment that I am going to die.
So, if the branded horn is stirring, and we found a corrupted pixie,
Mm-hmm.
I am led to believe that there are more corrupted things.
Welcome to the fiefdom of Krivengrad.
Okay.
There are not a lot of, I mean, there's plenty of safe refuges around the fiefdom, but the Dovewood's a scary place.
Can
Well-
I punch the things?
Oh, of course. Speaking
yeah.
of punching, you know, I was actually in Belvosk a few weeks ago. And I don't know if you ever ran into it, but there's a whole underground ring of fighting pits, specifically.
Yeah.
I think that they were inspired from some things that we've spoke about before. What I find interesting is the more that I travel to each of these towns, they keep speaking of these fighting rings that just keep popping up. As far as I know, there's not one in Krivengrad, but if there was, perhaps you could find it for us. It's a good way, as I've spoken to each of you about, making a name for yourselves. I mean, Belvosk is at the southern reaches of the fiefdom.
That's a little far.
The fact that Lord Rurik doesn't usually permit things like that within his city, if you get a favor or two, maybe you can get him to turn a blind eye. It would be fun. Just like the tourneys in the fiefdom, the unofficial fighting arenas are good for business.
I have been chomping at the bits to bloody my hands a little bit. Unfortunately, the pixies looked a little too hard for me to be punching them, so I had to use my tiny sticks, as Atlas put it.
I mean,
have you seen them?
they are tiny sticks.
I'm also a tiny person. I have tiny sticks. I eat tiny food. I have tiny clothes. Leave me alone. Let me be tiny.
And then
I can't grow any bigger.
Short kings rise up.
less
Says
short,
the tallest of us
I was
all.
gonna say, less short king Gailian. Another thing too, if you're going to be wandering around the Dovewood, specifically this far north, there has been a lot of sightings of the Ravorn scouts within the Dovewood. So perhaps just keep your head down, just to be safe. I do wonder if they're sniffing around for something or someone. She gives you a little bit of a wink. It might be worth investigating at some point, but probably not a good idea now.
Will they be hostile towards me?
It's the Ravorn. They're hostile toward everyone.
Fair.
They don't hold dominion within the fiefdom, but they are trespassing. If they're willing to trespass, they may be willing to harm. And what about our optimist of the group?
What about her?
She does look at you and smile with kind of a knowing look. Well, I was just curious to know if you've been hearing any whispers or anything stirring deep inside. Everything's fine. No more outbursts. Everything's good?
I mean, I did light a fire behind a horse.
Well, was
It was a mule.
Was that you or some kind of deep-seated anger?
It was for fun.
Okay. Well, as long as it's for fun.
Actually, I say that for fun. It was to get the mule out, but it was mostly for fun.
Was it Grumbles?
Yep. He wouldn't get out of the stable.
Grumbles is the
Very
fattest
fat.
jackass that I know.
Very fat.
It ran over Gailian.
did.
I would have written a song about that instead if I would have known. I'm sorry.
It stunk. Bad.
Well, shit,
And that's
shit's
great.
that was the
Shit.
first visit to the bathhouse.
That was
Oh.
It wasn't as
Everyone has
happy
their
at the
kinks
time,
in the
that's
different
fine.
parts of the fiefdoms. To each their own.
What is that?
A kink?
It's getting so late in the evening.
From what I hear, you actually have a job to do in a few hours.
Once Oztrix shows back up, he took off to go meet with the
Wait,
Lord.
we're doing this in the middle of the night?
Oh, yes.
Yes.
It's the best time to perform an exorcism.
I do prefer being awake at night.
Could you maybe explain more of
I told you, it's like removing a parasite.
Keep in mind that I am your
Right.
teacher, your confidant.
right?
So teach us.
I have been. What I will tell you is that Oztrix and I have crossed paths a few times. He's the only exorcist permitted within the Briar Marches from the Isle of Cass. The only titled exorcist within the region. So he carries some credence, but he's also cutting his teeth. What I would say is that this job is probably going to be very bloody. But if you can save the scribe's daughter, I think that you will... It will do good for you in the eyes of Lord Rurik.
Are we insanguinating her?
Are you what?
Insanguinating.
There we go. I couldn't say the word.
What is the? I
Removal of blood.
Yeah,
Whenever you bleed something.
Bleed someone.
I'm
Yeah,
trying
it's
to...
bloodletting.
Yeah, I don't know the...
Oztrix mentioned bloodletting.
but he also said we're
Yes.
gonna
Put
put
it
it
back.
back.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Narissa... I haven't actually been a part of any exorcisms in the way that Oztrix does things.
Wait, there's
So
other
what
ways to
do
do
you
it?
other?
Hmm?
Yeah, what other ways do you do an exorcism?
Typically, the clerics call upon the light of the four lights in some way. One of the four deities specifically. They go through a process of holy scripture and prayer, and hopefully the dark creature is expelled.
So why
Most-
is he doing it this way?
Because apparently it's more effective.
I've never heard of exorcisms before, yet my parents are clerics. Is this something...
It's not something that's typically spoken about.
Oh. Well,
Especially in the-
I didn't make it through cleric.
In the Isle of
Teaching,
Cass,
so.
it is something that is... It is taught in the bowels, in secrecy.
Oh.
Typically, a cleric is a follower of the Four Lights.
Mm-hmm.
Your friend Oztrix is a follower of Mortis. It's a bit of sacrilege to only follow one of the Four Lights.
Yeah, the monks kind of beat that into our heads, too.
Mhm. But this whole blood stuff, it's not really my thing. But you get to overcome your fear. Perhaps.
He's staying outside until we need him. Because it doesn't do us any good to have a 6 foot, 8 inch tall Goliath passing out or freaking out.
Hopefully the inhabited Ndeara Cole is... Well, I mean, she's only 115 pounds, give or take.
We aren't in any mortal danger doing this, are we?
Oh, I'm sure it'll be fine. What could happen facing a dark creature within a young woman at the stroke of midnight?
Exactly. We have nothing to fear.
We're in the business of always understanding that things can go terribly wrong at any moment. So
My
be
tail
prepared
starts
for
twitching.
anything. And keep optimistic, like we spoke about. If the dark feelings come, smile.
Great.
See, it's working already.
It's working real well. You see her demeanor. It's so. She is so, like, ready to go.
It'll be fine. Plus, I hear that this job pays well. And there's a chance that if Oztrix is willing, you'll have a permanent residence within Krivengrad for the next few months at least.
Residence, like a tent?
No, one of the houses has been seized by Lord Rurik. Upon completion of this job, the deed apparently will go into the hands of one Oztrix.
So the big wooden thing.
Yes.
We are in a big wooden thing.
Oh.
It's a smaller version of it, but it'll be ours.
Oh.
His
was
mind is rather
seized.
intriguing, Marissa.
It's getting worse by the day.
It is.
You said it was seized?
Yes.
What do
I
you-
don't know the details. I don't know Sir Andric and his children. The miller. It's his house. Some things perhaps for you to look into. I don't know a lot about it.
Okay.
I'm sure the scribe will know. Maybe once.
Once you save
It's
her,
on the quest
yeah.
board, isn't it? To see the miller?
It's on our quest board on Acting
it's
Dog.
on your like out of game quest
Yeah.
board. That quest board's not like up in town. It's stuff for like you guys. No, it's okay. It's okay. It's more. Some of it kind of is written differently, but this is more like a RPG style. This is what you know type thing.
Yeah.
So
I think I'll have to talk to Oztrix or maybe Lord Rourke about seizing someone's home. That doesn't seem right.
Well, it depends on what they've done.
All deserve to be sheltered.
well, they still have the mill apparently.
So they're not on the streets.
No, not as far as I know. But as to the reasons why it was specifically his house that was seized, I don't know.
I think we'll have to go visit them. I'm curious.
Yeah, that is kind of interesting.
The more people that you meet within Krivengrad, the better. As I said.
Kerningrad's a small town.
And to make
Gareth is interesting.
there's a quirky smile from Narissa.
Oh, right.
I like Gareth.
He's a nice man.
I understand him. I think I
The
understand.
man who's blind and hammering out swords and
He's
armor.
very talented.
He is very talented, but
yeah.
there's a story there.
Oh, yeah.
Because
But,
he hits it with such, like it's off. It's like precision.
Yeah.
He knows where everything's at, yet he can't see a thing in the world. Maybe.
It's just the act of doing something so many times. I don't think he even thinks about it anymore. His body literally just moves.
That's a certain type of discipline. That
Yeah, the real question is what drove him to that.
I might have to go ask him if he's willing to talk. He's a little gruff, but
Well, he does.
maybe if we know what he likes, maybe we can make a peace offering.
He does spend his time alone and is blind, so people look past him probably a lot.
So just be friendly with him, maybe.
Yeah.
I might ask him if I can lay next to his forge. It was rather warm.
You might want to be careful where you lay, so he doesn't accidentally.
You
It is-
think I would get
It is
close?
a
No.
it is a very hot place also.
Or
You
step
would
on your tail.
hate yeah.
I feel like if you just kind of picked a spot to go lay in, he may
He would probably just like
get more upset.
as long as it's not in his don't sleep in the path or near the anvil or near the tools.
Of course, I
then
would
you should
ask
be
him
fine.
permission first. I wouldn't just barge in on someone's workspace without asking first.
I don't
I
know you
don't-
well enough to know.
Think you can barge in on him.
I don't
He
think so
seems
either.
quite perceptive.
Yes, I liked it.
It was nice.
Those crates are heavy, though. I am small.
We did better than they did with their barrels of.
Well, they were just a little anxious is all.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I couldn't help with the barrel if I wanted to, so
No, it'd probably run you over. That
probably.
would be
I
bad.
say you could probably roll it a little bit at a time.
Can I just look at you?
Put it on its side and roll it. You'd be surprised.
Okay.
She believes in you.
She
She
does.
believes in you.
You believe in me way more than I believe in myself.
Optimism.
Optimism through gritted teeth. There you go. There it is.
Not being quite convincing, the Adasonya.
Ah, she's the most convincing person in the world.
I'm glad that your party members believe in you. This is good. Camaraderie, friendship, kinship, all that good stuff.
Love. Compassion.
Until we die.
I'm sarcastic.
They are better than my last company, I suppose.
What happened to the last company?
That was fast.
You
I-
are a nosy man. You know that? But it's good for each of you to know many things about one another. You only trained together for what? What we spend 2 months? At
I
the edge of
carry
the sands?
things most of the time.
You did. You did a great job.
Question for the DM: did we all train together for those 2 months, or was this?
Yeah, you guys came together sporadically over the course of 2 months.
Okay.
So the way that the conversation's playing out, it sounds like Gailian was one of the last for sure.
I think
You were there first.
Oh, I was there
So
first.
you're
that's
yeah
cool.
yeah you and then probably the rest of you kind of whatever order you would have wanted to have come. But you were last because you seem to know the least in the way that you are being. So that's a great way to put it.
but I was strong and could carry things.
It was quite helpful.
Why did you find that big metal thing anyway?
What?
The thing that he uses to hit?
An anvil?
Yes, that was very heavy.
It was just discarded in a stream that it was being blocked.
And you decided to bring it with you. Why?
Well, I didn't bring it with it. I had you get it out of the stream so that the way the water could continue.
Well, we could have left it outside the stream.
I mean, yeah, but you seemed like you were enjoying yourself, so.
Me busting a blood vessel makes you think I'm enjoying myself?
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough.
Did you not enjoy yourself?
No.
Oh, well, I
I
couldn't
did not
tell.
sleep well for 1 week.
When?
God, is that you?
You know what that sound means. With that sound, we will take a quick break to get our 6th player. As Oztrix steps forth into the tavern. We'll be right back. Well, I was assuming that it was a part of that, and then I went on a deep dive of like, would Narissa know about his ways? Probably not.
I knew she was asking about blood. I just didn't
Yeah.
know what we were doing with it.
Essentially, Ian, I have you as the only licensed blood exorcist in the fiefdom.
Yeah, dude.
Essentially, and you're one of the only people that are trying this. It's like a new form.
Dude, I'm a hot commodity. That's why
Yeah.
I get paid the long gold, the long coin.
And Narissa just knows who you are because you've crossed paths a couple times, and she planned on essentially hooking you up with this group of adventurers because you also have aspirations of doing things. So it kind of comes full circle in a way. And then as soon as our halfling friend returns, you're gonna walk into the tavern, and we're gonna go do a fucking exorcism. Yeah.
Just curious.
Yes.
You said so. You're a blood cleric. Is that the subtype blood?
No, he's a grave cleric.
Grave.
Yeah.
But,
Oh,
he's-
okay.
but everything
Really
is
more of
blood
like a-
themed.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just a blood
Okay.
team.
I mean, you could have kept your subclass. I just wasn't sure if there was like a homebrew blood cleric I hadn't heard of or something.
Nah, not that I know of, at least. I just used a grave cleric, and I'm just reskinning everything as like a blood-based ability.
My cleric I played was a grave cleric. It was a lot of fun.
Seems good.
Yeah.
Seems good.
seems
I
good.
don't think I've ever played one before. This character, so.
What is that?
That's my Nido ball.
Oh, okay. I thought you were murdering something. Is that going to be like when you need
We-
to be optimistic because you have to play it that way?
I've
Is that what
literally
you're
been
gonna do?
leaving it between us.
Oh
So
my
you
god,
guys-
can't you have a D&D stress ball in character?
Like a
It'd
fidget-
probably be a
fidget
great
thing?
idea if you had a fidget thing.
Yes,
you need
I'm
to,
having
you need
so
to make an
much-
item. You need to make a fidget item.
It is fantastic though.
Alexa, turn the lights purple.
Oh.
Okay.
Actually, Alexa, turn the lights red.
Ooh.
Okay.
It went purple. Alexa, dim the lights to the lowest setting.
I'm not quite sure.
Alexa, turn the lights to the lowest setting.
Alexa, you bitch.
Okay.
I was just curious. The red's fun.
Yeah.
The red's fun. There we go.
Makes you look ominous.
Yeah. That was the idea. Oh, there's stuff in here. I have rubber bands in my pocket.
Oh. I
Cool.
wonder why.
We'll just get rid of those.
He's gonna fling them at us.
And
for
now you
initiative.
don't.
It's your turn.
You're gonna think Amelia put them there.
Well,
She probably did.
don't get me started.
Man, all right. Love to have fucking rubber bands instead of sticking my hand in a hoodie pocket and like, oh, sawdust. Great. That sucks.
Okay, so as we jump back in, yes, that face. What's up with that face? What happened? What happened?
He's in a closet.
You got a face.
Yeah. That's his closet.
Yeah. Ian's computer's in a closet.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
This is he's usually so dark I'd never noticed.
All right, Ian, you gotta.
Sorry, Ian.
There is more light in there than usual.
Did you think he's just hanging out in the fucking closet?
I just thought like he's just in a dark room.
Oh.
I never noticed he was like,
This is how we get our friend Ian to be able to play with us. He has to sneak
Oh,
off
well.
into a closet within his house.
I used to be in my office, but Sutter will be here. And
Right. There's another baby
that.
coming.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
So,
Totally good.
I'm back in the closet,
You've
boy.
already been
Hell
kicked
yeah.
out of the office?
I just love the look. Like I There's never, it's
Yeah,
fun.
dude, the clothes go super hard in the back.
Hey, it's
you get-
great
you get-
sound dampening.
You get tired,
Yeah.
you just be like, head back into the shirts.
Yeah, like great
night.
sound dampening. Mic sounds great.
We
you
know
know,
what tea
as good as it
for.
can coming over Discord.
Low
So,
key pros to working out of the closet.
just think about how hard the setup was in the past, though. You know, this is
Yeah.
good. This is
fun.
pretty
There's
seamless.
plenty of, I was surprised that I got my desk in here. I thought I was gonna have to go back to like a kitty desk, but
Well, I'm glad that you're good. So as we jump back in, Adasonya has found a sweet snack that Calidor's left on the bar top, and she is trying to stay optimistic, so she's chewing on that. But Oztrix, you come walking through the front door. You do notice that Ndeara is here. Ndeara, sorry. You haven't seen her yet. Narissa, who you've come across before. Narissa Flamecord's kind of the renowned bard of the Briar Marches. She does have an entry within the Manifesto of Vale, and she is kind of who has put together this little adventuring party. But as you walk in, she kind of stands with a smile, walks over, and puts out a hand to shake yours.
I'll shake.
She pulls you close as you do. She's strong for a 5'2" tiefling, but she kind of pulls you close. Make sure that they don't die this evening.
Death. What? What do you mean?
I'll do my best.
Good.
She means the person that we're gonna exercise.
Of course, yes.
Best of luck. I will see you in the morning before I set out.
I lied again. She meant us.
Just ignoring just ignoring kind of everything that's happening right now. She does kind of push through the doors, leaving you awkwardly there, Oztrix. As this is set up, you have spoken with Lord Rurik, and kind of what we went through last session was him essentially saying, like, I can do all these things for you if you complete this. Like, if you can prove me your worth by tonight and exercising one Ndeara Cole.
Yeah.
So yeah, you guys hand it over to you.
Mr. Secret Cleric. I'm a little jealous.
Mr. Secret Agent.
I mean, I couldn't keep up with cleric training, but,
Is this the blood cleric?
This is, yes, sorry.
Oh, that is terrible of us. This is. You want to
My
introduce
name is
yourself?
Ostrix. It's wonderful to meet you.
Adasonya. And I'm like looking at him, looking for blood, like on his like clothes or like on his staff. Or I assume you have a staff.
I do not. I did not.
What kind of weapon?
I
are you
have a
carrying?
mace.
A mace.
Yes.
Is there
I
blood
wield
on
a
it?
mace.
You may call me Dream.
No,
but
I
am-
did. I didn't use the mace last time, did I?
No.
No, you just.
Hurled spells.
You
No, I'm
hurled
quite clean.
blood
He
through
is
spells.
a little lackluster of the blood part.
What'd you think he
Go on,
was?
Dream.
Don't
You
worry,
may
they'll
call
be
me
punchy.
Dream, but I am a bit concerned. Did she say death?
Yes. Well, Well.
No one said that there would be any danger of death. I asked if there was mortal danger.
Oh.
well, I mean, so if
Maybe
you
I
wake
should just
up,
stay here.
death is certainly a possibility every day.
Don't tell her that. What are
what?
you doing?
What do you mean?
He's not wrong. You
You're
could.
gonna be fine.
be hit-
And hit in the head.
You'll be
Yes.
fine. Everything's gonna go fine. Tonight will be.
everything's
Fine.
It'll be good. It'll be good exposure to things.
Are
of the
you
world.
lying to me?
No.
Is he lying to me? Answer.
No.
I don't have to answer.
No.
I just cannot lie.
That means yes, he is.
You take that how you wish.
Am I in danger of dying tonight?
The four lights will protect us.
Obviously not, because we are here to protect each other. And it's not a lie because I wholeheartedly believe that.
By Luma's light, we will make through this.
Have you ever seen an exorcist before?
I don't know. Have I? No.
I mean, you've seen plenty of clerics kind of in the garb of Ostrix.
Just think of it this way. This is a once in a lifetime opportunity to see it.
There you go. This will be a new experience.
Is it a once in a lifetime opportunity because I'm going to die?
Have you ever seen an exorcism before?
No.
Neither have I. We get to go and enjoy this experience together.
I will enjoy it outside.
Exactly. He will be outside.
Can I stay with him?
We'll,
No.
See, he's only outside because he could pass out, and then we have a 400-pound paperweight in the middle of the
Well,
floor.
apparently I could die.
He can't quite stomach the
But you
sight.
won't
But you're not
pass
400
out.
pounds either. I
But
could pick you
yeah,
up.
You won't pass out. That's a good see optimism. Everybody's full of optimism, and we are going to make it through just fine.
I don't like this.
Right, Oztrix?
We will.
Everything's going to go perfectly. He knows what he's doing.
I do.
You do know what you're doing, right?
Of course.
Oh, well.
I'm excited to see how this goes. My parents never talked about exorcism, so like, this is cool.
Well, there's only one way to find out.
Let's go. I'm ready.
Lead on, Oztrix.
It is time.
I hide under the chair and you have to force me out.
I pick you up and you curl on my shoulders and you stay there. Ow.
Yours just dug in.
Well, I guess we'll have the body, right?
Are you explaining what you're going to be doing?
I can, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, you're not there yet.
We can talk along the way what we're going to do.
Okay. Well, if you guys are leaving, sorry, the cat distracted me because she's trying to fuck with the camera. So as you guys exit Calidor's, Narissa is actually just outside on the front porch. As you guys are all kind of walking down and you're being dragged out, it sounds like. She does again pull you, Oztrix, to the side. Around the side at this point. Just from listening, it sounds like a couple of my newly trained adventurers are a bit squeamish.
Narissa, you said that this
Yes.
wouldn't be mortal danger.
She takes you by the arm and goes further away. If you value my training in the future, stay over there for a moment, she says, as she pulls Oztrix further away. If you guys want to still sneak and try and listen, you can. It's not a big deal.
I would just be distracting her, talking to her.
I think
But
just
she-
a bit skeptical.
But regardless, what I know of your work is that you haven't done it before. And what I do know is that you need everyone for this. If when this is done, any of them decide that they are not strong enough, you let me know, and we'll cut them loose.
Oh,
I've trained them well, but they're all showing, few of them are showing some signs of weakness that I cannot abide by. So make sure that they all participate.
of course.
I'm casting Produce Flame and doing different things to distract you.
The big one doesn't like blood. But if you make him angry, he can deal with it.
Oh,
And Dream just needs to know that she can find much power while observing you. Good luck.
I will let her know.
Good luck. You do see Narissa kind of jump on a horse from the side and go running off into town. Now you guys can do whatever you want.
Did you go in game plan a little bit?
Yeah, I'll explain.
Please, I am excited to hear
So,
this.
there will be an elixir of sedation that we'll make and we'll give to. I forget her name. the
Ndeara.
lady. Ndeara. She'll take a nap. There will be blood runes applied to her skin. They'll cover her body. They come from my decanter. The magical blood from the pixies. That's
That's
part
why
of
you
it.
wanted that so bad. Did you get enough?
Yes. You need just a bit of magical blood.
Is this something we're going to have to get for you more often?
If I run out, we'll need to acquire some. It hasn't become an issue yet, but there will be an incision made for the bloodletting. We'll remove roughly 10.5 pints of blood in 3 batches of 3 pints, and then the 4th batch will be just the carryover. The blood will be heated and blessed with holy water, then cooled, and then it will be placed back in the body, at which point we'll staunch the incision, I will collect the blood runes and I'll pull out like an amulet of Mortis to detoxify the body, and as the runes are pulled from her form, it will rip the spirit out of the body.
So the idea is to put her to sleep, take blood out in batches.
Mm-hmm.
In those batches, you're going to boil the blood.
Mm-hmm. Yes, with the blessed holy water.
I assume let the blood cool back down, then put it back in.
Correct.
And we're going to do this 3-ish times.
3-ish, yes.
So, why exactly? You said this could be dangerous, right?
Yes.
Where exactly do we fit in?
So
to aid
it'll be-
you a little bit, because I kind of went through and built this alongside you with what we talked this week. Outside of game, and however you want to explain this inside of game, you can. There are several arcane nature, religion, strength.
Oh, okay.
There's a lot. Essentially, this is a ritual
I thought we
of which at least 6 need to be present.
Okay.
At least. But essentially, Oztrix, you need a wizard because you need to be able to control the flow of magic. You need those of nature because we're purifying blessings, so ranger, druid. And you need some of strength because we're talking about a demon, perhaps. And some other things. I'm not going to reveal too much. But essentially, you know that you need... Typically, you would have a whole gaggle of clerics aiding you in this. And essentially, you're taking a whole bunch of adventurers that have never seen anything like this, and they're going to kind of learn on the fly with you, because it's the first time you've done it alone. So, however you want to explain to them via RP, be my guest.
Yeah.
But if you don't want to, then I just explained it for them, essentially, just outside of game.
We need the trifecta of arcane, holy, and nature.
So you do really need me?
I do require your assistance, yes.
And you said strong. You need me as well.
I do. I do need you.
Do I need to carry anything?
What weapon of choice?
I can do that.
I may need you to hold the body near the end. When we pull the runes to cleanse the vessel, things can get combative.
I like the sound of that.
What are we combating?
Is that where the danger of death comes in?
Correct. That is where the danger of death lies.
I'll stand in the
yes.
back for that.
It's at the very end if it puts your mind at ease.
I'm sure the big guy can protect you.
Stand behind me.
There you go. He's your shield.
At this point, you guys have been walking from Calidor's. You finished up your conversation outside of the scribe and bailiff's office, which is about a block away from the keep of Krivengrad. It's kind of at the end of the street, toward one of the walls. At this point, it is, of course, very late in the evening, toward that witching hour that you need, Sir Oztrix. It's approaching midnight. Soft rain has begun to fall, and fog has begun to creep up through Krivengrad. You stand outside. You know that the bailiff has been waiting for you, Oztrix. What would you guys like to do?
Seems like a good night to do this. Nothing ominous at all.
Lanterns outside of the
Whenever
door.
you're ready.
Flicker
Oztrix.
in the
I think the sooner we get
soft
this
rain.
done, the better.
It's just red liquid. It's just
There's no need to put it off any further.
No.
I'll
Hard to find a way to get you to black out again.
I'll seek out the bailiff.
The best thing to do.
Smack him.
So do
Already
you
did.
do you knock on the door? Excuse me. Excuse me.
Talk shit about his people.
I don't want him to kill me.
It takes a few moments. Oh my goodness. It takes a few moments, but the door eventually does open, and you see one. Oztrix, you know his name. He hasn't been introduced to the rest of the party yet, but you have seen him before in your travels. One Leander Cole. He's tall, bald, clean-shaven, probably in his mid to late 50s. He's got a very kind of stern face, rigid posture. He's got this air of authority, atypical to a bailiff. But that's whenever you've seen him before. This man now is all that, but there's a hunch to him. And he looks so tired, as if someone who hasn't slept in days. Skin just kind of draped off bones. He sees you as he opens the door. I'm sorry. I was trying to get some rest. Oztrix, yes?
Yes.
I'm sorry. I haven't seen you in. It's been a few years. I know what the night entails. Come on in, everyone. And I am the bailiff, Leander Cole. I've heard of each of your comings from Lord Gorik to Krivengrad. It's a pleasure to meet you, and welcome to my home. And the old man kind of hobbles to the side, allowing you guys to enter if you wish.
Okay.
Yeah.
enter.
Do you need some rest, sir? You seem quite haggard.
Lord Oztrix, well, he told Valen anyway to tell me. Apparently, it would probably be good if I wasn't here for what you plan on doing, Oztrix, as I was
Yes.
told, emotional ties to.
Can be hard to see the ritual.
Yes, I do not want to be a hindrance, so I plan on going to Calidor's for the next several hours. Just some information. For the last 2 weeks, it's been this way for the past month, but for the last 2 weeks it got much worse.
Was.
My daughter, yes, Valen and I had to bind her to the floor with iron shackles. She is in her bed, but we've anchored it at 4 points around the bed for her arms and legs. We locked her room, but she found a way out, and she tried to strangle me in the night a few times. I haven't been in the room in several days, but that is not my little girl in there, if you know what I mean.
Yes.
And he does look like bewildered, delirious, like a man that's been up for weeks straight. If you need me, I right down the road. Feel free to anything in my house and home.
I'll take out the bottle of honey mead and just that's how you think she kind of
Hand it to him. There's a slight smile there. Thank you. Something to warm my travel to Calidor's. Thank you. And he does. He kind of a genuine thank you to each of you. I've seen a similar ritual take place before, but from the witch doctor Urilt, not from a trained cleric. I hope that, from what I hear of your expertise, Sir Oztrix, that you can do better.
Of course. I'll absolutely do my best.
He hands over the key to the front door and the key to Ndeara's room. And a third key to the shackles to you, Oztrix. Best of luck and thank you. He turns and you kind of hear him mumble as he walks off into the rain. May the four lights prosper this night.
Indeed.
You guys now find yourself within the scribe and bailiff's home. It's a very nice 2-story abode. Very nice. But you know, Oztrix, that Ndeara's room is upstairs. On this base level, I have props for myself that you guys can't see as of yet. On this base level, you kind of come into an entrance hall. It's a very immaculate place, but it's also a place of business, so it makes sense. Stone floors in most of the rooms. Some carpets kind of lay about, red and fluffy, which is nice. There's a lot of art depicting kind of the fiefdom, history of the Cole family. So entrance hall kind of leads into the study, which is just a general kind of hangout, drinking area. And all this we'll come back to in a little bit, so don't worry, for reasons. There's also the actual bailiff's office on this first floor, the kitchen and storage areas, and then off down a hallway is the spiral staircase that leads up to the second floor, upon which, not far from that down a hallway, is Ndeara's room. So, you guys are on the bottom floor. It's eerily quiet. The candlelight kind of flickers. But, I mean, it's just kind of a darkened version of a very nice working establishment within Krivengrad currently. I would say even down here. So I do need something. I know everyone's passive perceptions. I know that you're the rocker of the party. Do you guys know your passive investigation or passive insight? Specifically, passive insight is the one I'm looking
11.
for. 11?
13.
13.
11.
11.
Oh, it's not.
10 plus insight.
9.
9.
Plus insight?
Yeah.
Oh, it's 10 plus insight?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
15.
well,
15?
16.
Okay, so you're leading both. Is yours just still a 13? Did you do a 10
Mine's
plus
11.
insight? Oh, sorry. Okay. So Atlas is the passive insight and passive perception, the highest.
Yeah.
And
got
then you're
16.
second. Oh, okay. Oztrix too. So Oztrix, Gorik, and Atlas are all above a 15 on passive insight and passive perception. Oztrix?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yes, not a passive perception. I'm
Not
13.
so yours in. Okay, so I just need to make a note that yours is insight.
Yeah.
Which that's not for right now anyway. So insight.
I have proficiency in insight, but not on perception.
Gotcha.
That's why.
Gorik. Okay, so passive perception wise, for anybody above a 15, as you walk into the house and you shut the door behind you, there's the faintest smell of something off from kind of emanating from the general abode itself. Just something off, like spoiled eggs. So,
Okay.
Speaking of deja vus.
Yeah. Didn't. Oh, well, it must be one of those little acorn men have got in here. That's obviously
Yes.
what has happened.
Of course.
That's not what has happened, is it?
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Okay.
Mm.
So, is
Can-
there supplies that you need gathered, or?
he's sitting there holding like his toolkit. I feel like Oztrix, you probably stand there holding like a doctor's bag or something.
Yeah.
How would you like it to be?
Yeah, like a big, like one of those big leather brown doctor's bags
Nice.
from
Nice.
back in the
Very
day.
nice. Very nice.
I like it.
Yeah. I have the tools here.
You don't need like a pot for the water, or?
You mean the blood?
Yes,
Oh,
a pot would work just fine.
You actually do see, kind of, if you're looking around the first floor there, Atlas, through a door, you do see a kitchen. So if you'd like to run over there, it'd be easy enough to run over there and find a pot to Ostrix's specifications.
yeah. What's a medium, small, medium, large?
Medium should be fine.
Yeah.
It's easy enough just looking around to find kind of a medium stock pot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be okay. Yeah, heavy because of the time, and it's not stainless steel, you know. Yeah, but heavy, but yeah, that's no problem. No problem.
Cast iron pot.
Yeah, big old one.
Strength.
You sure you
Yes.
don't need help?
You want this?
You just see Atlas
Here.
Perfect.
holding it.
Do we need anything else?
Now this shall suffice.
Do we need to bless anything? Prayers beforehand, or is that going to be part of the lead up?
Kumbaya.
There
Should I
will
cast
be
my
a
mage
small.
armor?
I would.
Yes.
Major.
There will be a small saying or prayer near the end of the ceremony. We just need the holy water, which should already be blessed.
I assume you have the holy water on you.
If not, I can bless the water.
I'm not carrying any on me, so that's why I was asking.
Yeah. I don't. Let me see. Let me see.
You would have known to have prepared some, for sure.
Yeah.
Unless you just want this to be a huge blunder, because that'd be hilarious too.
No, because I
But
can.
I'll
I
s-
can
I'll
bless
say-
the. I can bless the water.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that you probably walk around with at least a water skin of holy
Yeah.
water.
I would
So,
say my water skin is probably just holy water.
yeah, makes sense. You're an elf.
And then I just.
Who needs
for,
H2O?
yeah. Exactly.
You drink
you-
mead or something.
Can't you just not drink holy water? It's going to affect you any?
I mean, he'd be fine.
He'd be aight.
Yeah, it'd be fine.
It
feel
soothes
more
the
holier.
darkness in his bowels, you know?
Like
There you
drinking
go.
a Red Bull for us
Yeah.
there.
No, it's a
Yeah.
laxative. That's what it is. It
Um,
clears you out.
He's on a juice cleanse.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
For the sake of preparedness, I would say that now that you have the pot, that you're pretty confident that you have everything for the ritual.
Mhm.
Now it's just, you know,
What's the floor made of above us?
wood. It's a wood.
Full wooden structure.
Full wooden
pretty much, other than
structure,
the wood
yeah.
flooring.
There is some stone within the foundation on the bottom floor, but yeah, it's all wood pretty much. So like as you walk across the floor, there is that creaking sound.
Hey, let's be careful with fire today.
She kind of looks around all the flammable things. Oh, okay.
We won't get paid if it.
If we burn down the establishment.
We might be killed. The bailiff might be upset. I don't know. I don't know how much. Imprisoned. We might be
Say
imprisoned.
we could use his home. If a little fire gets here and there, but I will not go out of my way to do it.
I mean,
How about that?
if we save this child and the house goes, I don't think he'd be as mad. But if we could avoid it, that would also be
Yes.
great. If he
will
loses
not
both,
Go out of my way
then-
to do it.
well, that's good enough for me, I guess.
Just a suggestion after the mule incident.
That was funny, and you know it.
I
It
still
was-
smell
I
it.
set up Gailian for failure. I knew what I was doing when I told him to stand in front.
I did think it odd at the time.
You know. I'm sorry, buddy.
I still smell it.
We all do. We all do. That smell will never leave us.
No.
It is a bond to strengthen our resolve as we perform this exorcism. Sir Oztrix, take us to where we need to go.
Onward and upwards.
Let's go. I'll start leading the way up to the second floor.
As you go through the ground floor, up the spiral staircase, the smell does grow deeper. As you come out onto the second floor into kind of another entrance chamber hallway that kind of splits off, as you turn to the right, you do see the door specified to you when you were spoken to by Valen and Lord Rurik, one Ndeara Cole's chamber.
I'll share a glance with Atlas right before I go open the door. Just confirming that the smell is getting worse
Oh, yes.
as we
Like,
approach.
it's
At this
like
point,
I'm
everyone
turning
smells
my
it
head
for sure.
and
yeah.
fucking, yeah. Okay.
Smells rather rotten.
That's
you
not.
you smelled worse, but I don't think
That's
it's
not
you.
Nope.
What? Egg?
Sulfur.
Sulfur.
So,
Like the
We'll see. And I'll
something
I'll
already
open the
burning?
door.
As you put in the key, demon cat. As you unlock the door, and you press it open. Oztrix, you being the first one to see, and then the rest of you. Ndeara's chamber is dimly lit, the air thick with the stench of decay and sulfur. You do see chains anchoring Ndeara to the bed, and she thrashes and writhes against them, eyes blackened, sunken. The floor is slick with dark fluid, and the walls bear faint scratches and strange carvings, marks made during her struggles with whatever is possessing her. The air feels heavy. The temperature hits you all at once, cold and then hot in waves. But there at the end, As the moments pass and you take it all in, each of you can see your breath as you watch ice begin to form from the doorway out, as if you just let something, see what is beyond its threshold.
Why is it always cold?
Aren't you from the cold?
I am. This is a different cold, though.
Is there different colds?
Natural and whatever this is.
Very unnatural.
That's fair.
Feels uncomfortable.
Sheer cold.
It's interesting to feel warmth, and then the cold got real strong.
Should we shut the
Daddy.
door behind us?
Daddy, I've soiled myself. Undo my chains, Daddy. You hear Ndeara say.
Don't mind her. Do we have prestidigitation in the party?
No.
That's fine.
Sorry, have what?
Prestidigitation. To clean up the mess.
Yeah.
Is what he was
The
looking
cleanup
for.
spell. That's why I described it.
Y'all gonna get dirty.
Yeah.
We can go to the
Gailian,
bathhouse.
as of right now, you don't see blood anywhere.
Nope.
Because you've never seen blood in such a state of decomposition.
Yeah.
The smell is similar. This is rotted bile and blood, but it's not the blood that you're used to seeing that freaks you out.
It would be the cold, just
The cold
feeling
hitting
a
you.
Little
You're
uneasy.
kind of in your element, though.
I am,
You're
but
over the
since
mountains.
I felt cold, then blacked out. Like,
Oh,
this
yeah.
is gonna happen again.
Yeah. So yeah. What do y'all do?
Well,
Oztrix, should we shut the door?
You can. You don't have to.
I am closing
I'm
the
closing
door.
the door.
Each of you step in. You close the door. The cold almost seems. It's as if there's a cold winter's wind within the chamber that kind of swirls about. The candles, which several have been lit and just kind of strewn around wardrobes and things within the chamber, all kind of. They hold on to their light currently.
is there a window in this room?
There are 3.
Oh, it's a corner room.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Is the moonlight coming in, or because of the rain?
the rain, it's a little foggy, but there's a little shed of moonlight coming in, and it kind of goes across her face. And as you really come in, you can see it. It looks like the state of a woman who hasn't eaten in a long time. The skin is drooping off, but there's a fervor within those pitch black eyes. It doesn't look like a young woman. It looks like a dark creature, an animal almost.
Is she still alive, Oztrix? Because that doesn't look like a normal person.
It is.
It's not my call to make. I'm just here to perform the ritual, and we'll
She's-
sort it out afterwards.
She is talking.
Yeah, it's
Not many
corrupted like the pixie
things.
was.
Yeah,
there's
That aren't alive talk.
Gailian, can you hold her head for me?
Sure.
Don't let her bite you.
Yes.
Don't lose a finger.
I
That
need
too.
to administer the elixir for the sedation.
Oh, down her throat. Okay.
Yes.
So what do you do?
I would walk over,
Mm-hmm.
get on my knees, like where her head is,
Mm-hmm.
and then use my hands to hold her head steady.
So
And
go ahead.
As I'm doing that,
Mm-hmm.
in the back of my head, since I heard the name Rayvorn from, and I'm thinking that's where I came from. They went back out from here. They went back out from here. You can do this. You can do
Gailian is
this.
muttering to himself as he walks around. You put hands on both sides of her head.
Yep.
As you do that, the eyes kind of flicker up, looking at you, before you kind of tilt your head up for Oztrix. There's a very grotesque smile. And as you're holding both sides of her head, she opens her mouth and her tongue leaches out longer than it should be and goes around one of your hands and then kind of slurps it back into her mouth. Then there's just a smile. And then the creature, whatever this is, Oztrix, just looks at you approaching. What do you do?
I'm gonna take the top off of the vial, the cork out of the vial, to administer the sedation. So,
The head doesn't move because you're holding it. Go ahead and roll for me an athletics check. But the body begins to thrash. The chains kind of rummaging, around, making lots of noise.
Yeah.
But the head doesn't move.
24.
Yeah, the head does not move. And she can't get enough elevation to kind of make her body stop you from what you're doing.
Yeah.
So, take the top off.
So I would administer the sedation elixir. Pour it down there as gently as I can to get all of it in.
She actually opens her mouth and allows you to do this.
Good sign.
Go ahead and roll for me a medicine check.
Yep.
And this is for stage 1, pass or fail.
Hey, pure 20 plus
Nice.
6.
Hey.
So 26.
You pour it down her mouth. She kind of licks the residue. And the body begins to go almost still, which is what you expected. Like, it takes a few moments, but it does. But then the head, though, stays very much awake, and the eyes as well. The body, though, not so much. You think that potion will quiet me? This body is mine, and I will tear it apart before you take it.
I'm going to begin derobing her to apply the runes.
Gotcha. Like I said, the body can't move, so at this point, give me... so this is the application of runes.
Yeah, so I'll open the reliquary, and dip the blood and start making runes that go up and down her body.
Gotcha. So getting the clothes off to do this, easy enough. Do you continue to hold the head of Ndeara?
Yes.
Okay. So it is still kind of, it's not fighting you, but it's very much looking around. And that tongue every now and again kind of finds your hand again. The eyes have grown darker. The teeth that were once kind of just barely stained yellow are now dripping with kind of brown brackish liquid down her face. Maybe from the sedation liquid, maybe not. So Ian, or Oztrix, this is still very much upon you thus far. I need a religion check.
All right. So religion will be 12 plus 3, 15.
As you begin to draw them, and you near completion, the runes begin to smolder and burn. You watch the body of Ndeara begin to take damage, is the best way for me to put it. It's hurting the body. And in your mind, maybe not it. But the runes are there. You would mock me with the symbols of blood? I've seen greater powers fall under the shadows. You are nothing, blood cleric. You're not strong enough.
So I want to cast protection from good and evil to try to mitigate the damage. Because it always, part of it is the target can't be charmed, frightened, or possessed.
Right.
But that really fucks up the whole vibe. So I'm really just trying to prevent
to put a barrier between.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm trying to
Okay.
shell him into a defined space in the body that he can't.
Does that force a DC for me at all? I don't. You just cast it, right?
Yeah, it's just a cast.
Yeah.
I think that is a good utilization. I will take that.
What does it look like when you do it?
Yeah, because it's almost like you're putting it between her soul and then this thing. So explain.
So I think that I would take a heavy thumb dip into my blood reliquary, and then I'll put the Simba mark on her forehead and let that absorb into her body, and kind of
as you
she'll a faint pink sheen of emanates from her skin.
So you watch this happen. So as you're holding, do you step away at this point, or do you try and?
I stay, and you just hear just a like I'm trying to tap into something I don't quite know I have.
You're grunting.
Yes.
Go ahead and give me a Constitution saving throw. But as you Simba Ndeara, it begins to burn the top of her skin for a moment, but maybe it's not the skin. Maybe it's whatever is kind of on that outer layer. You watch as her eyes kind of like dice flip between a normal young girl's eyes and then back to those dark pupils over and over quickly, very quickly. What'd you get?
18.
18? So you're kind of closing your eyes and you're holding her head. It seems like you've progressed through 2 stages, Sir Oztrix. And so for the rest of you are kind of watching all this play out, but you do feel that there's a tension growing within the chamber. Yes, sir?
I want to look over to Gailian and kind of like publicly, I want to be like, you have one fucking job, now do it. As he is like kind of like not fading, but
no, you watch his grip loosen and he's closing his eyes, and this head, there's a strength even within the head. So like your check was good, but you still had to close your eyes because of your fear. So, but you do hear him say that. Does that spark more of the anger within you?
I would let more of what I have in me come out a little bit.
Gotcha.
Oztrix, do you also feel that you need protection?
Not yet, but we'll see.
Well, how long does it last?
How long does it last?
10 minutes.
All right.
Better get cooking.
Yeah, I'm keeping an eye on the clock. All right. So, what would you like to do next?
It's time for the incision.
You will need some help from the party on this one. This is quite a bit of blood.
Yeah.
So, to get everyone kind of involved. But explain to me how this looks, because this is going to be big for Gailian. And then after you explain to me, I will need a medicine check.
Yeah.
And then we'll get some of the other party members involved to kind of aid you in this part. So
it'll be a vertical slit along the wrist into the vein is what I'm trying to achieve to bloodlet, and then we will staunch after we've collected enough blood.
All right.
The first bit of blood is thicker than it should be, brackish. It takes a while for it to thin, but it is all corrupted in some way. It's not what it should look like. It's almost like congealed blood. There's plops and things. Almost like pork fat after it's sat in a cold fridge for a while.
Gross.
I know the feeling.
So you begin to fill up. Are you filling up the pot with this?
Yeah, it'll go right into the pot.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, I guess I'll just...
You wanna?
Yeah, I'll hold
You wanna hold the pot?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you still want Gailian? Do you want to still be the one holding the head? Yeah? Okay, go ahead and roll for me another athletics check. So you're holding the pot. Her hands, though, and the chains, what would you two like to do in aiding with that? Someone will have to manage the chains to make sure that the body doesn't sporadically, jolt. Because it is. There is times where even though it's kind of sedated, that it jerks. And then the wrist will have to be situated as such. And then Oztrix is going to be getting ready to work with the blood. And Gorik, you can kind of jump in and aid in this as well.
Whatever is the most physically demanding part, I will do that.
You could, at this point, it's almost like sporadically she begins to go into a seizure. You could manage her opposite side if you want to do that. You can give me an athletics check for that.
I'm curious about how she's chained down. Is she like
On a
chained
bed,
by like
chain, all pulling her into kind of a starfish pattern,
And
and there's not a lot of give.
the chains themselves are they like
bolt-
looped?
bolted to the ground, on all 4 sides of the bed.
So there's like slackness, like a little bit,
Just a little bit. Not enough for her to really get away in any direction.
but enough
just
for her to thrash and cause
literally
problems.
just enough to move her wrist to the side and for you to barely get the thing underneath. Yeah. If the bed wasn't there all of a sudden, she'd have a lot more slack. Not a ton, but a good 3 feet of slack to move around. Athletics check
9.
and your athletics check.
Yep, 16. I had to use one of my lucks though.
And then do you want to manage the hand?
Sure.
Sleight of hand? For fun? Is there anything specific you'd like to be doing here? Just trying to. Believe me, we're only up to stage 3. There's more.
I rolled a nat 1.
Nice. Okay. Things. Then all these
They're
things.
going
It's not
great.
immediate. Like,
Yeah,
oh
no.
God. It's just. It's all gonna outcome this medicine check that you can go ahead and roll for me, Ian. Oztrix, sorry.
I would just be observing and just waiting for someone to signal me to help someone.
Gotcha,
And maybe
gotcha.
looking at Oztrix for guidance for what he wants me to do because
You could squeeze more blood out.
You could do that.
be a tourniquet.
There you go. Give me a medicine check.
yeah, we can do that one.
Man, I would've been
11
better
plus
at
6
that.
is 17.
17.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Okay. So stage 3, which is the first bloodletting.
Of course, I didn't write that down.
That's your wisdom.
It's not the wisdom. There's I get a
Outcome.
proficiency with a medicine kit, but I don't remember what it was. So
Proficiency
Hey,
plus
there we go.
2.
medicine 19 for
Gotcha,
squeezing
gotcha.
more blood.
Okay,
out.
okay. That actually helps Oztrix out a little bit. Very cool. All right. At this point, you take that time. And now, Oztrix, it's stage 4, the heating and blessing of the blood, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
So what would you like to do? This
I
one's
think-
this one's kind of one where the whole party kind of gets involved.
Yeah.
How I have it set up, and I did this, we've talked this week, but I kind of did it in a way to where everyone can kind of help with this. So Arcana to channel arcane energy into the blood to heat it without scorching it. So you can still use a heat source, but an Arcana check can aid in this. A nature check, specifically from a druid, to invoke a purification blessing under nature's power. This could also be done by you two together. You could both roll nature checks because there's a ranger to druid.
Could I give her advantage? One.
If you want only her to roll, then yes, I will allow that.
It's go for
A
it.
religion
I
check
fucked every nature one
needs
up.
to be done by. I kind of had this
Almost
planned
a
for
20 with a
you or
19.
Gailian, and this one is to essentially complete the blessing, and this is going to be alongside him. Oztrix is going to kind of need to work with you on using the holy water to make this work, and then you're kind of making sure that the body it's getting worse. The seizures and the strength is coming back to Ndeara.
Okay.
So I kind of have you as the brute.
Yeah.
You're
Whole
kind of
body.
whole body, so athletics check. And
Yeah.
then Ian, of course, you tell us how this all looks, and then you get to roll either a religion or medicine check. So
Yeah. I think that funneling whatever arcane and nature energy into the pot would be a good idea, and I'll kind of top it with holy water. And then, we'll send it off
Do you have
into a
fire
bubble.
spell?
I do have a fire
Yeah.
spell.
What spell did you use?
Firebolt.
Firebolt? Can that aid in the arcane? She uses firebolt to
did
assist
you
her?
roll the nature check though?
I did.
If you
No,
want
I was
to
asking. No, I was asking her if that would help her if she used her spell firebolt.
no.
Oh,
It's just, thematically she can explain it that way, but she's already made the roll. It doesn't help it in any way.
okay. That's what I was doing.
Yeah, no, this is a very serious set of checks. I'm not giving like much slack. This is a pass fail. DCs are set. We're just identifying jobs. But if you guys come up with cool ways, so technically, yeah, I should reward that. I tell you what, roll a die 4, and you can add it to that. I do have a note saying that I should gift creativity. So we'll add a die 4 to it.
So +4.
Okay.
Oh,
that
I
does
also
help.
have guidance.
Yeah, I was getting ready to ask too.
Do you have
Wait.
guidance too?
Isn't guidance a
Okay.
concentration spell?
It is.
Says
Yes.
concentrate.
But the druid has guidance.
I'm not concentrating on anything.
And
Oh,
he's not
okay.
concentrating on anything, so it will really depend on who you want to help the most.
Yeah. So who's?
So as he's going through it, you can kind of so you went through the arcane part there, Oztrix, and that role has been decided. Now comes kind of the purification blessing kind of part of it as the blood's being heated without being scorched, and this is where your nature check comes into play.
Yeah. So I'd say that if she's looks like, oh yeah, she's got the nature thing.
I look
She's already-
nervous.
Yeah.
I look nervous.
If you want to
Yeah,
retroactively do that, that's great.
We can do the
Sure.
the nature one would be
Do
good.
another D4.
Yeah. And then what was yours in total?
19.
Oh, okay. Things aren't going so bad, Oztrix.
So 15 total.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay.
Amazing.
I can go ahead and take your athletics check because this is happening the whole time.
23.
All right.
Nice.
Perfect.
Spooky dice are doing good.
I'm rolling real bad tonight, so.
Okay. What about that? So go ahead and explain how the rest of this part goes, Oztrix, and then we'll get this religion check because
I'll-
Gorik is the
I'll,
one helping you with the holy water.
So I will flick the holy water into the blood, and as it kind of descends, I'll use Sacred Flame as it kind of falls down, and that blood will.
To get Gorik involved, you could have him flick the water, and you could then
Oh,
use
yeah.
both
And then
hands
I'll-
to ignite it with
Yep.
the sacred flame. Yeah.
That's perfect.
So yeah. What was your religion check?
11.
Okay. This really comes down to like how much do you believe everything that's happening right now and such.
He'd be probably really frustrated though because the blessing should have been something he understood,
Yes.
but he got kicked out of.
You chose
Clerical
you chose
teachings.
fists.
So in the process of like dealing with the blessing, he'd probably get frustrated, see him just punch the ground real hard, just like
Gotcha.
just he's pissed because like
Yeah.
he should know this.
You just see that there is some frustration for some reason within Gorik, Oztrix. As this is happening, the creature's not quiet.
No.
I didn't.
Yeah.
I just forgot a bit of dialogue as I was really making sure everyone got involved. As you had began to cut her and this all started, it says, "Cut her, let her bleed. You are just as cruel as the darkness that binds her. You pretend to heal, but all you do is destroy." And that's looking at you, Oztrix.
Yeah.
As you begin to go through this stage, you know that no light will save her now. That each of your faith is worthless in the shadows of this place. It will consume you. But there is a weakness in the voice there, a little bit, as of this stage. So yeah.
I'll roll my eyes at
I
the
would
comments.
I would actually
I have
look at
utter
Oztrix.
belief in the technique, so I wouldn't
Gotcha.
be really shook by the shit talk from the spirit. And
Uh,
like, of course, that's what he's gonna say because he's a spirit that's possessing someone. You know,
Gork?
in my head.
I would look at Oztrix and like, do you need that thing to be talking?
You can certainly stop it if you prefer.
He would see me take out one of the travel clothes out of my backpack and turn it into like a wrap and just wrap it around its mouth and like tie it off so
Gag
it's
it?
covered.
Like a gag, yeah.
It'd be a mouth gag, but not anything over the nose. So-
Okay. So it's easy enough to do that without a check. That's a roll for a 10 situation. As you do it, and you're getting through with this part of the situation, you watch as a liquid begins to come out of the nose, and then all of a sudden, after a few moments, she begins to go into a very compulsive seizure. Liquid becomes to come out of the eyes and the nose. Yeah, you don't know what's happening. The eyes roll to not black, but white, and she begins to just completely seize.
Is that supposed to happen?
Well, no, but
Maybe you should remove the gag. She could choke.
yes. Take it off. Take it off, Gorik.
Take it off.
It's kind of,
How?
if you pull it away, the tongue goes with it for like 3 feet,
Jesus.
and then sucks back, and the eyes do switch back over.
How bad of shape is her body in?
Not great, and that didn't help.
Right.
Um,
Cure wounds.
Okay, that okay. Go ahead and
I
roll.
would actually offer cure wounds along with him. I do.
Yeah, okay. She has taken quite a bit of damage up to this point, so this is
don't-
actually a great insight. I'm glad that what I did came across. So she needed a little bit of healing.
D8, right?
Yeah.
It's a deet.
No heals.
No heals. Yeah, no heal gang.
No heals.
Yeah, no heal gang over there.
No heal gang.
As you watch Atlas and Gorik go to either side of the body Oztrix, they kind of lay their hands on either side of the bed and some healing energy goes into it. You are getting ready for the reinfusion, I'm assuming.
14.
8.
14, 8, gotcha.
Ostrix, do you need more light?
Please.
I touch her
Okay.
and cast light on her, so she is
she's
now
now a
glowing.
beam of light. The healing scarred her and almost turned to scar tissue across her body instantly. It healed her, but at the same time, it's left permanent damage, but not current agonizing damage, if that makes sense.
Well,
it is something. So Oztrix, whatever you want to do next, buddy.
So, the way that I kind of think about it is that I want to use. It's really more of like not really how the spell works, but create or destroy water. I want to try to use that to refunnel the blood back into the body. That's how I imagined it. Like controlling the flow of the blood.
Okay.
But at the same time, it's also not creating or destroying water.
Okay. So this would be more based off your spellcasting, as opposed to just a straight up medicine check. So, let's do... How do I want to do that? That's a great question. Roll for me a die 20, add your spellcasting modifier to it, and then roll for me a medicine check alongside it. Pretty please.
Okay, so the first is 13, and then 4, so 17 on the first check, and then the medicine check will be 15 plus 6.
Rolling
21.
pretty good. Rolling pretty good. Okay. So go ahead and explain to me how this part goes. And this is all kind of happening as like they're healing her, you're holding her. You guys are kind of making sure that she doesn't harm anyone as she's like thriving with these chains. And as all this is happening, explain to me how this cool ass fucking return blood to body magic thing happened.
So, I'll kind of manipulate the blood. I'll kind of spin it into a very thin, imagine like a twister, right? To spin to cool the blood, and then simultaneously guide it into the vein.
Gotcha. You kind of watch this funneled back into her open wound on her wrist. You think your blood magic can cleanse me? That it can cleanse this body? I have lived in worse, and I will live in this one forever. The arms kind of push against the bed, and the legs do too. You guys are holding it, but her torso and pelvis kind of thrusts up, and you can hear her vertebrae snap as she almost kind of pyramids. The head begins to elongate in your hands. It's trying to fight against you. It gets to be about 2 feet longer than it should, the neck. And the eyes are kind of flittering around at this point, and they actually lock on you. Skinwalker. Fested. Why are you here? It smiles. Oh. Body bag.
I just smiled back.
You think that bringing one of his ilk here can stop me, Blood Cleric? You sense that things are kind of getting desperate at this point. That you're hitting that stage 6, and this is where it all comes down. All the pesos are in the basket.
I think you're getting to it.
It seems to be very upset.
See, just keep smiling, guys. He doesn't like it.
Working.
But you do take note, Oztrix, what it just said toward Adasonya.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Festered, Skinwalker. These are all things that you've read about. Anywho's. So now's the big part.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, what would you like to do?
So I'll take my holy symbol out, my holy symbol of Mortis, and I'll say, by blood and light we serve the night, and then I'll try to pull. So I imagine it all as all of the blood runes kind of rush and converge onto like the chest into one pull, and then my holy symbol around my neck will effectively pull the detoxified, cleansed, or you know what I'm saying? Like the
right, I get what you're saying.
Toxins pulled out of the body, and then that will, release the spirit from the vessel.
As you say that, there's a very commanding, thaumaturge to
which
his
I have.
voice.
I do have thaumaturgy.
and it rings out, but it almost seems like as everything is kind of coming to this crescendo, the room begins to shake. The wind begins to pick up. The lights begin to go out. His voice is being drowned within this cacophony. Each of you kind of in this moment feel as though you can almost feel the power of Oztrix here, but it's lacking. This is a joint effort, and each of you are connected in this moment. What did you say there again, Oztrix? What was that terminology?
By blood and light, we serve the night.
You feel power in those words, each of you. What do you guys do?
I would put a paw on Ostrix's back and start channeling arcane energy into him while
Okay.
thinking about his words.
Okay.
I would stick my hand on his back as well. And I would say,
Oh, Captain, my Captain.
by the light of Luma, expose this darkness to the light.
Any of the rest of you?
Yeah, so if you said it's her body's bowed up,
Yes.
I would use Vine Whip, but like as a lash.
Like a seatbelt.
Yeah, cinch her back to the fucking bed.
Definitely be aiding him at this point. He's having his hands full.
Yeah.
His check's about to be very hard.
Yeah.
So I will allow you to aid him in that. So you two, just for fun, roll for me a die 20. Add your spellcasting modifier is kind of
thank
like the strength check. You, another athletics check to kind of, you're almost trying to keep something at bay. I know all you've done is brute strength things. I apologize.
barbarian.
You are a barbarian. You get a free religion check here with advantage for reasons. And then I need, so it will be Gorik, Oztrix, and Dream. I need 3 religion checks from you guys. Not 3. Religion check from each of you.
Yeah.
Yes?
As this is happening,
Yeah.
I kind of guardedly say, I am Rayvor! And then I go into a rage.
you rage for
There he is. There he is.
Yeah.
I want advantage, man.
I get it. Thankfully, you didn't just break her skull.
Oh, you mountained her.
Oh, God, dude.
That would be sick. Well, we exercised your
4?
daughter.
Yep.
But
Okay. So 4,
15.
15. Gorik?
Math.
Math is hard.
it's
13.
So hard.
13. And then Oztrix.
17 plus 3 is 20.
Nice. Okay. As all of this happens, you call on Mortis to end me. You bring the god of death to my door. I have walked in darkness far longer than your pathetic god has existed. Oztrix. The body falls to the bed, and everything goes quiet. The lights come back up. The wind dies down. The cold begins to subside.
Dude, I'm not taking that whip off until that's staying.
My muscles just flexed like every part of me.
Is it done?
Yeah. I think so. We've completed the ritual. Could we get some water?
I will go.
I pull out my water skin. There you go.
And I'll kind of, or you can, Gorik, kind of give water to the vessel.
To the vessel.
Fucked up way to put it.
To Ndeara.
From the body, from the body coming back down, has the body transformed in any way, shape, or form? Or is it just lifeless as it was?
Lifeless and normal looking.
I'll take.
It's not elongated anymore.
I'll check vitals.
Yeah, I was going to ask. Can I check
So
vitals
you
before
walk.
we...
This is yeah. So as you walk over to check vitals, you're coming over with water. And you guys are still standing along the side, pretty much, and you're at the head, though you were raging.
Has it been 6 seconds?
Your rage would fall.
Yeah.
As you all kind of walk up, you take a deep breath. You walk up. You're about to check vitals. You're about to give her some water. You're watching. You watch as the body begins to fade. into white fog. And then the room begins to turn and spin as if you're on a circled pad. It begins to spin so fast that as you watch the walls around you, it turns to almost nothing. And you hear a laughter in the distance. As everything stops and the world rights itself, you are standing outside of the coal house. As you look behind you, Krivingrad is covered in deep, thick fog. The moonlight's barely coming through. The city, every time you focus on a house, it goes further into the distance. The door is shut before you, but as you look behind you to try and orient yourself, the door creaks open. What would you guys like to do?
I think
So
that it's time for me to hide.
Get behind me.
So you're saying when we look at the door, it shuts, but when
No,
we
no,
look-
no.
Oh, sorry.
You guys were on like a circled dais that was a part of its own little dimension for a moment as the world around you spun like a top, and then you were teleported to the front door.
Yeah.
So think of like I'm looking at the front door. I turn around to look at my computer, then my computer runs away from me 2 miles,
Yeah.
3 miles, 4 miles. And then as you turn back to the door to look at the house again, the door opened. Everything around you, this house is now on an island.
Yeah.
Everything around you is so far away, it seems inaccessible.
This is normal, right, Oztrix? This has happened
Well,
before. In
no.
Other, oh,
This is a little bit more unique to this exorcism.
this one scenario.
I
Yes.
think you released it instead of exercising it.
Isn't that what you said?
But if you pull a
remove
parasite, out, then the parasites
Well-
have to be free, right?
This is the combative part, unfortunately.
Oh, I like
get
that.
to hit something.
I get my bow ready.
He did exercise it. It got out and it's running around now.
Yes, exactly.
It's get
It's
plenty,
been exercised.
plenty
It's
of
just-
exercise. 'Cause
Plenty
it's
of exercise.
running about.
And we probably gonna get some more too.
Oztrix, you've never witnessed this before, but you've heard tale.
Yeah.
If you had to guess, there's probably a 90% chance that the exorcism failed, and the creature has pulled you into its mind, into the place where it's keeping Ndeara, and it hopes that you can never escape.
Yeah.
And now you have to try and find a way out, and find a way to defeat the creature within. With that, we'll take a quick break, and we'll jump back into it. I gotta pee.
Me too.
All right. Be right back.
Okay.
Okay,
know.
guys. You ready?
Yes.
All right. So,
No.
I'm scared.
you should be.
Don't be scared.
It's only a demon's pocket dimension.
To be fair, my character's kind of supposed to be scared right now. So
Do I have...
There's no blood. I'm fine.
Dark Ambient. See, I knew I redid the playlist. This bums me out. So,
There is. You did say there's a little bit of moonlight.
vague, yeah.
Okay.
Cutting
As long
through
as
cutting
it's-
through the mist. There's a little moonlight.
Okay.
But the moon, you can't see it. At this point, it's very much like a horror movie where like you're standing in something and everything around you has gone so far away that you can't see it anymore.
It's
And now there is just the house.
Yeah. It's
As the
Silent
door
Hill.
opens.
Inspiration.
After what seems to have been a very successful exorcism, you find
Ostrich.
yourself.
In my mind, this is a success. This is just some of like
You're like, I did
the
great.
after effect of what happens.
Now you get to
Like,
deal
you have
with-
to deal with
deal
this.
with the
This is why we
hardcore
make the
part.
long money.
Yep, this
I
is
do
where you
have a
make the long.
question.
Yes.
So I cast light on
Yeah.
the body.
Yeah.
So what is the body no longer
The body
exist?
was eaten. Well, not here.
But
Okay.
you cast it on the body. We're not where the body is.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you'd have to go back
Does
up
that
into
make
a room
sense?
and save.
I just wanted to. I just wanted to double check.
So yes.
Ostrix, how many exorcisms have you done?
Well, this is my first time heading an exorcism.
Oh my God,
What?
we've come into a dangerous situation, and he doesn't even know what he's doing.
Hold on.
Oh no, it went just fine.
You sounded so sure about all of it.
How many have you assisted with?
Yeah. How much practical application have you had?
You can choose the number, Ostrix,
You want to roll a d10?
or you can roll for it for fun if you want.
Roll for it.
Yeah,
Listen,
I'll
it's fun to
roll.
roll.
What do you say? Roll a
Two die.
20?
No, just roll
die four.
2 die 4 minus 1.
That's good.
At least one.
Because that could be decent or a disaster.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
2.
That's great. That was really the number I was hoping it was.
So there was an introductory one,
Yep.
and then another,
And
and
then
now
they
we're
were
here.
like,
And you
now
know
I'm ready.
what?
sure.
that is 2 more than the rest of us. Fucks.
Correct.
Very optimistic of you.
So let's just find a demon and fucking slay it.
I am.
Because we're
See,
all
that's
demon,
the
we're all
spirit.
demon slayers here.
Yes, that's the spirit.
We're about to be.
Not sure how much help I'm gonna be, but I'll do my best.
Stay
Guess
behind
what?
me.
You don't have a choice.
You put your armor on.
Yes.
It'll be fine. It'll buff.
Right out.
About
What does that even mean?
If it makes you feel better, if you look into the mist long enough, you see your deepest, darkest fears manifest and try and come for you.
So death?
She's Grim Reaper.
So she's inside the house now, at least.
The outside does seem far more dangerous right now than the inside does, if that makes any choice on what you want to do. You can sit on the stoop if you want.
No, I want to go.
I'm gonna be.
I want to go inside. I've been wanting to
It is one of those things like, you know, like maybe you would see the harshness and the reality of Lord Dove, like killing your ancestors. You specifically, Atlas, and like Gorik, you would see like your mother and father in this grotesque state of just hatefulness toward you for not being able to do what you were supposed to do. And then you would see things about your mother and father that you probably don't want to see. Their states of like torture from their respective tribes. You would you just fear death. So I feel like the fucking hangman is just like the hangman just follows you around, and that's
Or
like in
his,
your deepest, darkest
previous
nightmares.
His previous
Oh,
character
yeah.
shows up with
You
the
know?
The
scythe.
Grim Reaper.
And you see dragons. You
Yeah.
see dragons, and you see a man with too many eyes. One of those two. But the thing is with you, it's different because you've seen darkness.
What about a dragon spider?
You want it to be a dragon spider? You want
You
an
know how
arachnid?
fucking terrifying a dragon spider would be?
She does,
does
make
creepy
a
crawlies.
lot of sense.
Yeah.
She does not like spiders. That is true.
Now
That
we've
is her fear.
Now we've added to the lore
Oh my
dragon
God.
spiders.
And now there's
But he's
You know
gonna,
what? He's gonna make us fucking fight
He's
one
gonna
day.
Yeah.
3D
Like-
print
And
a dragon spider.
I will.
Kids?
I will find an arachnid dragon, and it's gonna happen. Anywho,
That's
horror.
terrifying.
Well, now
but would
that
you
we've
guys
made-
like to go into the
Yes.
coal house?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am
So-
stuck to his back.
The environment has shifted. The place has been shaped by this dark, malevolent influence. The house has become much more twisted than it was. There are much more eerie sights and things within. It's very much like the place has been run down for a long time. Like the paint's peeling off. There are, the scratch. It's in Ndeara's room with the scratches everywhere, but now that it's throughout the whole house. As you walk in to the entrance hall, the air is very cold. It's back. You can see your breath, and the light from outside is very dim through the windows. And as you look out, like you try to look out a window, it's just pitch black. But yet there's still ambient light that comes in. Like this place is meant to be lit by something.
Right.
But it's not necessarily all the unlit candles that are spread around. You can hear faint whispering. It's all kind of unintelligible, mainly coming from down toward the hallway that goes upstairs.
That tracks.
As you walk in, everything that was in this room has kind of been pushed to the outskirts. But there's one thing that Atlas, you're going to pick up on a lot
Yeah.
of things as you walk into these rooms. On a table that has been just kind of sat in the center of this room, on the floor, there is the frame of a mirror. On the table are several pieces of it that have been scattered across it.
And this is first floor, like, entrance room?
You've just walked into the first floor. You can just title it 1 if you want to go along with my notes to make it easy. Entrance hall.
Entrance room, okay.
And there is one door that leads out of this chamber. I would show you the sheet, but then it would give things away. Yeah. I will not do this.
You don't want to give things away.
I would... Is the mirror upright?
The
Or
mirror,
it's face down?
The mirror is about 2 feet by 2.5 feet, and the frame of it and the backing is on the floor before the table. On the table are all the pieces of the mirror stacked on top of it.
I'll grab the backing.
You grab the backing.
Pick it up.
Let's see. For funsies,
Yeah, this does seem like it's oddly positioned.
there are, as you just kind of gaze, it looks like there's 10 large pieces of the broken mirror.
Is there damage to the frame?
The frame is not damaged at all, actually.
I wonder why everything. Do you think it doesn't like the look of itself?
Maybe.
Be.
Yeah, usually though you'd see a damage to the frame though if you're upset, right? If you don't like looking at something, you just punch the mirror, shatter it.
Yeah, I guess.
Let's
But-
try putting the pieces back in.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah, I mean, what
What else are we doing?
could it hurt? Well, they could perhaps show us other things.
Maybe.
We could watch our backs.
Ah.
I don't get
Yeah, that was bad. What?
So, Oztrix, do you start maneuvering the pieces around then?
Yeah, I try to,
Okay.
with everyone else, try to
Yeah,
get the
I'll,
pieces to.
I'll
Okay.
help 'em.
So for this really, a perception check does work. So whoever would like to, it's not because these are very defined pieces. It's just kind of taking the time to
do
put it together. And
Alice
if most
roll
of
it.
Alice will
Sounds
do it.
he's got at
The
least
guy
as
with the
as-
good passive, make him do it, huh?
14.
Okay. Right on the money.
Hey, that's
Nice.
So you begin to reassemble the mirror pieces within the frame. Do you kind of like put the frame down and start putting it in, that kind of thing, like on the table, and
yeah,
put the
yeah,
pieces in
yeah.
like a puzzle? Okay.
be the easiest way to do it,
I
I
like
think.
puzzles.
As you put in the last piece, takes you a few minutes. Try not to cut yourself. Everyone's kind of looking around, making sure nothing's about to just jump out at you or anything. The whispers are unnerving because it sounds like the conversations and the talking that you were having earlier during the exorcism, but they're now like echoed memories that are kind of projected at you. As you get it together, you do watch as the glass, like flesh, begins to stitch itself back together. And as it solidifies, for the briefest moments, you see in the mirror a vase. And it's the top kind of view down of it. And from inside, you see the glint of a key. And Mr. Passive Perception guy, anybody above a 15, which I think is 3 of you? Yeah? As you kind of just take a general look around the room, you see that vase in the corner, pushed up against kind of intermingled furniture.
Well, I would walk over to it.
You walk over
And,
to it and kind of...
I'd pick it up and give it like a swirl. Oh. Beautiful.
Tasted good. That was gross. I'm sorry.
Loved it. Well, hey, it sounds like there's a dice at the bottom of a shot glass in here.
You do hear something, and if you do look down, you do see a bronze key.
I will pluck said bronze key out.
Go ahead and add bronze key to your inventory. A lot of things like this before you, so keeping track of things that you have and room to room is very important. So,
Just turned into a Resident Evil game.
Yeah.
I did tell everyone that I've been binge watching
I like
Silent Hill lore.
Oh,
I may have designed this whole house to be very similar to puzzles and riddles and things. It's Halloween episode. Let's go.
Anybody have any idea what this goes to?
A door.
A door.
A lock.
I'll thump myself in the head whenever I heard three
should,
people say door and lock.
shouldn't have even asked.
Do we see something locked?
Not yet. I'm sure we will, though.
What about the door?
You do see a part one, so there's the door that goes back outside, And then
yeah.
off, kind of, if you walk in off to your left, there's a door that, as you came through earlier, would lead to the study.
Real?
Let's head to the study.
Yeah.
Okay. So you walk over. As you approach the door, you watch as there are these kind of like icy footprints that go before you to the door, and then something pushes the door open. As you go into the study and look around, the room is filled with overturned furniture, just like the previous. There are shadows, however, in this room that dance on the walls, despite the lack of a visible light source, other than the ambient light of the kind. This whole house is lit by faint moonlight that doesn't seem to be coming from anywhere. There's no candles or anything. There shouldn't be these shadows that are portrayed on the wall like they are being cast by candlelight. If you kind of look at the shadows, so passive perception above 15, that's kind of where I set the bar. So 3 of you kind of notice the shadows do look a lot like your shadows as they're dancing around. And then, yeah, so that's just kind of what you see. Initially, it looks like you might have to investigate this room further. The shadows really kind of take your immediate.
Yeah. Are they Are they moving with us?
As you look, they're not quite moving with you. And what you do notice is that you don't see your actual shadow anywhere.
I see.
Dream, are you the last one that walks in? I'm just assuming.
Yeah. I'm just like creeping behind,
Scooby-Doo
scared
it.
because someone said that I could possibly die.
As you cross the threshold, just right in your ears, if someone's right behind you, you shouldn't be here.
I like arch my back like a cat
Does
that's
your,
scared.
Like, hair stand on
Yes,
its...
my hair stands on its end.
Each of you kind of get that you shouldn't be here. Just right in your ear.
Did you hear that?
Yep.
Well, then.
I didn't like it.
Well, I mean, it is correct. I don't think we should be here.
Well, it wasn't my choice.
Well,
Exactly.
No, right.
Oztrix, you watch as all the shadows skitter across, kind of like that malformed version of Ndeara, into the corners, and all shadows in this room disappear at once.
Well,
Was it a warning that we shouldn't be here in the general sense of things, or is it a warning we shouldn't be in here,
Yeah.
this room?
yeah, that's a good question.
What's our passive investigation? We got a high passive investigation in the party.
13?
13's high enough. Is anyone higher?
11.
11.
12.
Ostrix?
11.
Okay, so Dream.
Well, don't end.
Yep.
You didn't see it before. You were the last one to come in, but what you're about to point out to the party, they didn't see it, but it's all of a sudden there now. There is a large fireplace directly ahead on the far wall.
Mm-hmm.
The fireplace, you can see through the cracks that it's like working. Like there's a fire on the other side, but it's been bricked over. Completely bricked over.
Why is that working fireplace bricked over?
I don't know.
Oh, there's a fireplace.
Want me to break the brick?
Yes, Gailian, why don't you?
That's actually not a bad idea.
Okay.
Well, I'm certainly not going to do it.
No, stay over here.
Okay. So, what happens?
I use the blunt end of my great axe. I don't want to fuck up the other end.
Okay.
And try to use it to smash open the brick.
Gailian smash.
Okay. So, go ahead and roll to just see if it's not a critical failure. You just have to beat a 10. But just to make sure you don't crit fail and like break your weapon or anything.
Yep.
Okay, so go ahead and roll damage. If you hit, I'm assuming
It
you
was
did.
10 plus. So
Okay, okay. Let's go ahead and roll some damage for me.
6.
6. So you kind of wind up, and it's about 5 feet high, bricked up. So what you like? Down below the chest is
Yeah.
like the top of it.
Yeah.
Kind of in that range. Do you want to kind of hit it like right in the middle, toward the top, toward the bottom?
I'll do top.
Okay, so high.
Yeah.
Okay, so as you hit it, I need you to roll for me a dexterity saving throw. As it explodes, sending brick shrapnel directly out toward you. hitting you all across broadside.
Do I see this coming?
I mean, technically. So
Danger
danger sense? Technically, yeah.
It's a twap.
It's
Pretty sure you get
saw
advantage
this
on that.
happening as I went to go hit it.
it's almost like I knew it would blow.
It's going to be 6 points of fire damage, depending on the save.
Good thing you got advantage.
16?
Okay, so only 3. 3 points of fire damage. As it explodes outwards, the flames begin to die out, leaving the fireplace dark, but with a big hole in it.
Is it a like an old school fireplace that's in the middle of the house that's a pass through?
Yeah, but pushed up against the wall for some reason. It's not where it should be.
Yeah, that's odd.
But you did break it open.
So it's a double-sided fireplace,
Yeah, but you can only kind of see one side.
but the other side is the exterior wall.
It should have been. Yes. But it's completely dark on the inside right now. Like it was lit. You could hear, you could smell it.
Yeah.
But as soon as you kind of hit it, all the flames kind of shot out toward you, and now the hole and everything's dark.
Well,
I broke the fire.
I was too happy.
good job, bud.
Light.
Oh, as you light it up, it's a very small space filled with like charcoal, essentially. But there is something gleaming off of that light down on the inside. You do notice something.
Shiny.
Shiny.
Get it?
I grab Shiny.
So you're going to be the one to reach in?
Yeah.
As you reach in, you pull away with a triangular shard. There's runes on it, but you don't recognize them.
What's these funny shapes? I show the symbol to everybody.
Who all's proficient in Arcana?
Me.
Okay, so you do recognize this. This is a runic symbol for binding and sacrifice.
Oh.
I would relay this.
As you kind of look at it, you're the passive investigation highest. Was it you with a 13?
Yeah.
A general look. This thing, this shard, looks like it's been broken off of something bigger.
This is only part of it.
We should look for the other parts then.
Yes.
You said there was wood burning though, like there's charcoal and
Burnt down to charcoal, yeah.
I'm picking up charcoal and putting it in my bag.
Good call. I was
Okay.
going to do the same.
I'm going to also pick up some charcoal.
It is cold too. It's like burnt down cold charcoal.
Oh wow, so it's
Yeah.
old.
Yeah.
Is it bricked up or like?
It was. There's a
briquettes?
big hole. Oh yes. Yeah. So it's kind of like lumpwood charcoel. Think of it like that.
Oh okay,
Hands are
okay,
all
okay, okay.
dirty.
So
Very dirty.
I would grab a piece and then, hey, Oztrix, and I'd break a little off and kind of crumble it between my fingers, and just kind of, actually no, I'd blow it on him, and protection from good and evil.
Okay.
If anybody's gonna get us out of here, it'll probably be you.
Why didn't you do that one thing with his thumb?
Kid Simba.
Well, because I don't use blood, so
You
I,
could have used the charcoal though.
yeah, but I don't know.
They just look kind of cool. That little mark on the head.
Do you want a little mark on your head? I didn't want to be that invasive, but
Yeah, no, I mean, I can, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
whip, smear.
Smear.
I'll lean in.
That's gonna be the regular
don't-
protection against
I
good
think
evil
that's the
symbol.
way we do spells now. That they need when you need to touch people.
I know.
Simba.
I don't do it up like you did. I did it all the way across your forehead.
Just a line.
You look pretty cool.
Yeah, sick, bro.
Oztrix has pretty pale skin, doesn't he? So it stands out.
Oh,
That
nice.
reminds me. Are you a vampire?
You're gonna ask now.
Oh. I no, I'm not.
I had to ask because when they said you were a blood cleric that likes to insane you innate things, I thought you were a vampire. You also have pale
Oh.
skin.
No, I understand the worry
And
now
you
when
came
when you
during
say
the
it all
night.
together like that.
Yeah.
You came during the
Um,
night too, so there's a lot of
yes,
things
no.
not quite adding up.
You don't have to worry about me being a vampire.
I mean, okay.
Okay.
Very well.
I trust him. And I don't.
Sure, random
I
cleric
don't-
just shows up while we're fighting some pixies. Trust him completely.
He helped us murder pixies.
We
Yep,
did.
He sure did.
We did murder a gang of pixies together.
And
daylight.
now we're in a house.
Oh, in daylight. Okay,
Surrounded by
that's
mist.
more reassuring.
Yes.
With the,
Man, our lives have gotten really weird.
it has.
It's an-
It has.
It's an
Ostrix,
interesting life, you know.
Yeah.
Enlightenment and centering myself. This is perfect. I couldn't think of a better place to be.
And this has happened to you 2 other times?
Well, this, no.
This specifically,
But the-
no.
yeah.
But the
This
other
What you're
specifically,
saying is
no.
you're bad at your job.
Okay.
Well, it's working, so
It's a,
bad.
it's a learning curve, I assume.
Yeah.
We were helping. It's probably our fault. We probably messed it up.
You know, and yeah, we're not clerics. You know,
One team, one
I'm a
dream.
failed cleric,
one team. Oh,
so I'm the
See,
worst. I'm the worst
he's-
person to be here.
He's a better cleric than him. See?
Would you like us
He's
to
a better
start
cleric than the rest
referring
of
to
us.
you as that?
As the bad cleric.
Yeah.
Shh, if it makes you feel better, go ahead.
It wouldn't.
I
Yeah,
don't
I'm
know.
indifferent.
Man with
Okay.
tiny sticks
Okay.
is pretty cool too.
I like men with tiny sticks.
Always go with little G.
I like little G.
Little G.
See,
Does that
Big
make
G?
you Big G?
Yes.
I like it.
Gorik, Gailian,
Yeah.
Big G, Little G.
Yeah, okay.
We're a tag team.
Yeah.
We're the tag team.
He could pick me up and throw me.
The G
I
team.
can't wait for this fighting guild, this backyard
Oh my- yes,
wrestling
we're gonna-
thing, and you guys are gonna be a tag team champions.
Oh my gosh.
I can't wait to play through this.
Just
They
missile,
walk up-
missile launch me with fist out.
We're gonna have to get
They
theme
walk
music.
up to the door and they're just like, "No, you can't talk to Big G. You gotta talk to Little G." What's Little G?
Little guy that pops up on his shoulder like, I'm Little G.
Oh shit. So you said the triangle goes to a bigger. Hell yeah.
Yes, it seems to
I
be
can't
connected to a bigger, or supposed to be connected to a bigger piece.
Bigger piece of what?
If you had
A
to
relic.
guess, looking at it, relic, a full sigil of some kind, something like that, some kind of arcane artifact.
Are we
A
looking?
relic of some sort.
Are we looking for metal, wood,
Probably
more
of the same
shiny
material
shard?
as this.
It's crystalline with kind of obsidian holdings. to
Okay.
it. So
And I'm assuming that it probably won't just be one more piece. I would gather that it would be multiple more pieces. If someone took the time to break it and put one piece here, they probably broke it into more than 2 pieces.
What did you
Have
say?
you seen the house? They broke a lot of things.
What did you say the runes were again?
They're for binding and sacrifice.
Ah.
That's not ominous at all.
Well, it's not. If this is not. Well,
It depends on what the rest of the runes mean on the rest of the relic.
it's
Probably love.
kind of like
passion.
the.
Kinship.
Kind of like the mirror, I think. I think it's a piece that,
Leads to something else.
well, that, the demon, what did we exorcise?
The entity.
The entity
Mm.
probably
Yes, a
doesn't
spirit
want
of
us to
sorts.
have.
creature of the
Spirit.
dark spirit,
The
So,
corruption does not wish.
a
us to
corrupted
have.
entity. Yeah, there's lots of ways you can go about it. There's not quite, like I said, there's not quite demons
Yeah.
in this setting, but it's a good word. You can even make up your own word. Maybe Oztrix has a word for it somewhere in his brain that he'll come up with.
So
Scrungus.
evil.
Scrungus?
Exercising
No,
Scrunguses.
that's what you got from the bathhouse.
So a spirit of sorts decided to fuck with us, and we're in a puzzle.
Yes, essentially.
Yeah, yeah.
But the keys to the puzzle seem to be
Scattered.
its damnation. Probably what's holding it here from the begin with.
Should we
Let's
piece
go
the
find
whole
Or it's
more.
holding Ndeara here.
Probably.
Well, let's go find more shards.
From this chamber of the study, knowing as how the house was kind of laid out before as you walked through it, there's a door that goes into a hallway that either leads to the stairs going up, or it leads into the bailiff's office, kitchen, and storage area.
Bailiff's office.
We
So-
should clear this floor first.
I gotta find more crystals, I guess.
Yep.
Be careful of smashing things that have fire behind it. That looked a little
Well,
warm.
yeah, we could probably expect more traps.
Traps. Yeah.
So who's walking toward the door to the hallway?
I am.
Okay,
I'll hide that
Adasonya.
way.
As you and Oztrix kind of walk toward the door, it's the same thing again. There's footprints out of kind of frost that precede you, almost like your own footprints. If you really study them, they do look like your guys'
Oh,
footprints.
I could survival check that.
Yeah, it's so low that it's kind of like
That's fine.
you can though if you want. Why don't you roll? Why don't we make it legit?
That do be
Cheese
ranger
dice.
shit.
It was
They
a
do be
24.
rangers. Yeah. I knew this was gonna happen. I was just giving it to you because you're the ranger, but you're kind of like immediate, like, oh, that's my shoe size. Oh, there's the big guy's shoe size, the little G and big G's.
Huh.
You know,
Like we've been here before.
it pushes
Creepy.
an unseen force pushes the door open into the hallway, and there is kind of a red phosphorescent glow from the hallway. As you grow near and you look, because you stop at the threshold, stopping yourself, there is a massive hole in the floor, a good 5 feet or so wide, and then it goes the 10 feet to the wall. There's just a sheer plummet into, as you look down, just darkness. But there's a lip to your right and a lip to your left. You're gonna have to find a way to get over the sheer drop with a jump or something.
I'll use the lip.
Pause.
There, not an actual lip. There's a hole in front of you. So doorway, sheer drop, part of the hallway, to your left and right. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So to the left is the stairs going up.
Well, there's a long hallway about 45 feet that leads to the stairs. Yes, and then to your right, there's 10 feet of hallway that will lead to the bailiff's office.
Okay.
So we need to go to the right.
Yeah, it just requires a bit of a. How do you get across?
I don't have rope.
Uppies.
Uppies?
Uppies.
Uppies.
Throw me.
You're a big guy, and it's only, let's see, 6 feet or so.
Toss me. Don't tell the elf.
my friend requires eating.
Not real hard.
Yeah, give me a strength athletics check.
Yeet him, fam.
Yeet.
So you kind of like baby throw him.
I don't. It's not going to be gentle. It's an 18. plus,
Okay. No, it just
plus
means you do it
23.
well. You do it calculated.
Okay.
So he kind of tosses you over to the other side. You land well. No damage taken or anything. It doesn't throw you against a wall. But you get to the other side, and you're near the door to the bailiff's office.
Here, grab this. And I dig in my pack and I throw him rope.
There you go. Okay. Grab some rope.
Can I do a running long jump?
Sure you can. Sure you can.
You wanna hold on to this just in...
Distance up to character strength score. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
what's your strength score?
14.
Yeah. So I mean, it's pretty easy. Yeah. So essentially, you
Oh.
can just kind of run. You kind of like shoulder past Gailian and just kind of long jump over to the side, kind of sliding in the frosted floor.
Yeah.
Good job.
Did you say it's up to your strength score?
Yeah, you guys can do the jump pretty easily.
Then, yeah.
Yeah, I can-
It's
yeah.
so
Unless it's a
short that
9.
I'm not for. Yeah, that I'm not for. Yeah, if you're close to it, then you have to roll, and then you take a chance of falling into sheer darkness.
I have 10 strength.
Yeah.
I'm doing that.
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't feel like
understand.
spending a key die to
That's
jump.
fair.
Okay,
I will just
So
jump.
2 of you over there,
Oh.
and then
Will you toss me as well?
go ahead and roll
Yeet.
again. Hilarious.
You are a cat.
You'll lay on all fours.
22.
Okay. So, well, you're a cat. You land on 2s or 4s. It's up to you. It's up to you, and you kind of slide. Now a couple of you are over there. What about the rest of you?
Okay, well, I think
Imagine a cat going back.
I've got the rope.
I don't think we'll need, it's not as big as I
We gotta. Well, Gailian and
said.
Oztrix still have to get over.
Oztrix, need me to throw you?
I'll certainly take some assistance.
Okay. You dumb strength, buddy.
That's awkward.
I didn't dump it.
Okay.
It's fine.
I did dump
It's 16.
strength.
It's actually pretty
Oh,
good.
you can fine. You can running
Dude,
long
running
jump.
long
Yeah,
jump.
you can running long jump if you want. So you take a few steps back and you run and you jump to the other side, leaving Gailian. You gonna hop over?
Hippity hoppity.
Make way.
Oh yeah, we should probably clear that.
Yeah.
I give you your rope back.
Yeah, literally could. Thankfully, the floor and everything seems to hold. It doesn't seem to give way or anything.
Wouldn't that be fun?
Would it be hilarious if he jumps over and they just go?
We all
I'm not
die.
that mean. You're level 2. I'm not that fucking mean. Okay, so you guys are now right next to the door to the bailiff's office if you'd like to go in.
Yep.
Okay, so this room is also filled with a lot of overturned furniture, but the chairs are all kind of stacked precariously on one another in 6 different like little stacks of chairs that are kind of like interwoven, kind of precariously swinging. But in the center of the room, there is the bailiff's desk. Just at a glance, Atlas, you can see that there's something sitting on top of it. But what does kind of, like to all of you with a passive perception above a 15, as you just generally kind of take a look around, there is locks on the bailiff's desk.
Oh,
Like little
well, that's good to know.
little keyholes.
Oh, okay.
You should try that key.
Yeah, can I get?
Do they look bronze?
They do.
Oh, well, that's even better.
I don't trust these chairs.
I don't trust how they're staying the way they are, so don't breathe too hard. And I'm going to. I can get around them to get to the.
Yeah,
desk.
they're all kind of
yeah.
spaced out. And then also to the left of the desk, there is a door to the kitchen and then a door to the kitchen storage as well. Both those doors are shut. Just so you know.
Here.
Would you like me to navigate it?
No, I mean it's fine.
I am quite small.
There's
If
plenty.
you want
There is
to.
plenty of room. It's odd that these chairs are like
Yeah.
precariously swaying.
Yeah.
just throw it out there.
Are they swaying naturally or like
Oh, it's
unnatural?
very unnatural.
Okay.
It's like one chair leg and then the top of
Yeah.
the chair and one chair leg's on that and then so on and so forth.
Yeah.
It's just a very eerie, off-putting scene, for sure.
Well,
Do the intrinsic thoughts
Two-
lose?
Okay.
No, we're fine. We're fine.
to the desk I go.
Okay, so as you walk up to the desk, you do see that there is a rolled-up piece of parchment on top of it, and then there are a few drawers with the little bronze keyhole.
Just to the rolled up piece of parchment, is it held together with string or wax?
String.
Okay. Would someone like to take a look at this while I open up these drawers? Or see if
Sure.
the keyhole
Maybe
will
you
work?
should read it first in case the key only works once.
That's a good point.
Yep, let's see what it says.
Okay, so you take it, you pull
Yep.
the string off, you open it. So the inside of the letter is bloodstained, and it is addressed kind of as you pull it away. You can see some writing. It says is that it's addressed to the unseen, and the letter has a riddle within. I open doors but cannot be held. I bring peace but silence the most.
Open doors that are beheld.
God, I know this riddle.
And
I'm
then what
not
was the
good at
last part?
riddles.
I bring peace.
But silence the most.
I open doors, but I can't be held, or
I open doors but cannot be held.
okay.
I bring peace but silence the most.
So let's see.
I know
I'm
this riddle.
So bad at riddles. Can I try the key now on some stuff?
Why not? Unless the key locks have different names on it or words.
Yeah, do the drawers say any? Are they labeled in any way?
All unlabeled. It's kind of your typical big drawer at the top, and then 3 down either side.
Okay. Let's see. I would slide the key into the middle.
The big one?
Yeah, the
Okay.
long one. Does
put
it
it-
feel like it fits?
It does. It does.
All right.
You haven't turned it yet, though.
Yeah, no. And then I would put just a light pressure to see if it is
If it will turn.
yeah.
Okay. Give me a sleight of hand, just for fun.
That's Dex.
Just to see if you don't fumble it.
I do not fumble it. 21.
Yeah, you feel with certainty that this key would unlock this drawer.
Okay.
You're not a rogue, but you felt like one for just a second.
Yeah, that's what that feels like.
Anyone have ideas on what the funny thing says?
What the funny words mean?
Yes.
No. I wish I
I'd
did.
say opportunity, but that doesn't bring silence.
No. Darkness? Blanket? Even if we have the answer, what does it gain us?
Probably a clue to something else.
Mm-hmm.
It
Maybe
could
just
also
verbalizing it to the thing might give us something.
it
I
could
don't
give
know.
us a part of the relic.
If you guys can't find the riddle, there is a check that we can result to. But if you
I know
do,
it.
if you
it's
do as a
making
if
me
you if you do as a party find the answer to the riddle, it would be cooler.
It would be.
Okay.
But I can, because I know riddles sometimes can stump parties. I do have a failsafe where one of you can roll an insight check to get it if you give up. But that's up to you.
Well, before we do that, what is everyone's guess?
Will you say it again?
Yes, of course I will. Oh God,
Oh no!
I open doors but cannot be held. I bring peace but silence the most.
Death does not.
Here, I'll even Discord it if you want.
Bring peace.
Do.
I'm thinking super literal, and I'm like, hinges. I'm like, no.
Yeah, that's my issue. at the
Never
moment,
that
too.
easy.
Yeah.
I will say a very funny thing is that Atlas actually said the correct word as you entered this room, which is hilarious.
I don't even know what the fuck I said.
I know. I know you won't.
Oh, fucking. When we entered this room,
So when I entered the room,
I said something.
I wouldn't
Yes.
dwell on that part. Think of the riddle.
I'm
What I said is also a riddle.
Yes, kind of. Really wasn't a riddle. It was just kind of a literal thing that you were doing while moving toward the desk. Do you just keep the key in the keyhole, by the way? I feel like you're just sitting there holding it.
No, I'd have pulled it.
Pull it out? Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
I didn't want to.
I could just see
in
Alice
case I
just-
don't fuck it up.
Just thinking hard.
Steam
He's
coming
thinking
out.
so hard. He just stands there.
So he opens the door, the thing, right?
He hasn't opened it
I
yet.
He
haven't.
hasn't opened it.
He pulled the key out. He didn't open it.
What's everybody's guess?
mine was super literal and it was hinges.
You
so-
went with hinges.
Yeah.
You can hold hinges.
That's true.
It just hit me.
What is it?
Breath.
As you come to that
Nice.
realization standing before the desk, as you're looking at the paper, holding it, you do notice that every time you breathe on it, that it partially dissolves in the corner. Then you take a breath, it comes back. You breathe on it again, it partially dissolves. But as you take an inhale, it comes back. You figured out part of it.
Hey, everybody. Wait, I'm going to just try to hold my breath.
Holding your breath, nothing happens.
And then I blow on it.
Like hard?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be really literal with this. It dissolves 1/6 of the paper.
Oh, so we all need to breathe on it.
I'm a very kind dungeon master.
Yeah.
I'll breathe on some paper.
I'll fucking do it. I'll breathe on
okay.
I think we all have to blow on this.
Happy
Everyone get in a
birthday,
circle.
everyone.
Yep.
Happy birthday, Shawn. Your birthday was this week. Would you like to blow out the candle?
I will blow on paper.
okay.
Nice.
As each of you collectively blow on the paper, it dissolves fully, and as it does, you hear footsteps, and you watch the footsteps go over toward the storage room door, and that door opens, and for the briefest of moments, you see an ethereal spirit version of Ndeara. She turns with kind of an elongated face and this perpetual, like, wordless scream. She points into the storage area with her hand outstretched like this, but as she turns it back around, it is covered in blood and dripping, and then she disappears.
Any idea what that was? Oztrix?
Maybe we should check in there.
Do we need to unlock this desk first?
Well, yeah. But she's...
It's
Adasonya really worried me about this key only working once, and we do only have the one.
Gotta look at the bright side of life.
I don't see how that's the bright side.
We're withholding opening stuff till the very
I mean,
end.
why would a key only work one time?
I don't know.
You know.
very
Yeah,
fragile
sure.
key.
It doesn't make
Yeah.
sense to me, but none of this really makes sense to me, so maybe she
That
has
is
a
also
point.
fair.
But I know that I think this long disc might hold more. Wait. I'm going to give the desk a shake. Does it sound like there's anything heavy in any of the drawers in particular?
Strength athletics.
Fuck.
It's a big,
can
it's
I
a big
aid him?
desk.
It's a...
Yeah, I'll allow you to aid him.
Got a long desk for that long coin.
Hey, help me.
Help
That's the
me.
fact.
Help
Thanks.
me.
Oh, I didn't roll too hot. That is a 14.
I also got a 14. I got a 13.
Hey.
As you kind of like tip it back and forth, I would say that you do hear at least something rolling back and forth within it.
Okay, but can't figure out where.
No, not with a 14. There's just, it's the commotion of like,
Well, yeah.
yeah,
that's
it's
fair.
kind of that, but there's something kind of like rolling back and forth.
Something.
Well, I guess fucking middle drawer. Click. And I try to pull a key back out
Put it
real
in,
quick.
rocks fall, everyone dies. I'm just kidding. Fuck. As you
key
put it
was
in
fine.
and turn the key, it does kind of like, and then you slide it out. Inside, you find another shard shaped like a crescent moon. And same thing, it seems like both sides have been broken off of something. This one doesn't have any runes on it signifying anything, but it does seem to be another piece of that sigil that she has the other piece of, so thus far.
I would hand her the other piece.
Another piece.
Another one.
Two of how many? Who knows?
Another one. I guess I would try all the other doors too.
As
Or
you, yeah, the
drawers.
key works on the rest of them, but they're all empty.
No. Okay. I got the right. That makes me feel a little better.
So you're right.
And you
Just
retain
in
the
case.
key. It didn't get eaten or anything.
Oh well, I'll put that back in my pocket.
Gotcha. So you
Just
still have
in
you still have a
case.
bronze
Just in
key,
case.
and you have two pieces of a sigil.
Yes.
Sounds like we should go to the storage next.
Yes.
Since
Does
this
seem-
ghost girl is showing us where to go.
Bloody storage.
Yep.
Hopefully. Okay.
It's not bloody. There was no blood.
Was that a literal sense of blood?
No.
That's fake.
It's
It's
fake.
ghost
It's
blood.
fake. It's ghost blood.
Ghost
It
blood.
doesn't exist.
Ghosts don't bleed.
Ghosts don't bleed.
Ghosts
Yeah,
don't bleed.
exactly.
Ghosts don't bleed.
Exactly. It's not real.
It's not real.
Don't say anything.
Don't prompt me to make you guys roll
I'm
on
just-
that fun chart that I have
Nope.
of scary time.
I'm just going to walk to the next door.
So who looks in first?
Oh, yeah,
Oztrix,
'cause
you've been
it's
quiet. Do you want to be up there looking in?
Yeah, I'll pop in.
You're the blood man.
I am. That's fair.
Blood for the blood gods.
But you guys can kind of all look in at the same time. But Oztrix, we're going to say you're at the front. The room is filled with old crates, barrels, and sacks. Some have been ripped open, kind of spilling out their contents onto the floor. But this storage room, it's not your typical, 15 by 20. It's 5 by 60. Long ways. As you gaze down toward the end, you can see a crimson handprint smeared across one of the walls.
You said so. It's
5 feet wide.
5 feet, 60 feet long. There's scattered stuff on all sides, and at the very end, there's a bloody handprint on the wall.
Well, if you all would like to,
I wish someone had a fear
investigate
of
that.
Claustrophobia.
claustrophobia. Yeah, I wish.
I mean, David, that would be crazy, right?
Do you have claustrophobia? I don't think so.
No, I do.
Oh, you do?
I do.
Nice.
So have fun.
I was about to say,
wrong?
I think that someone does.
Oh shit, I love it. This room terrifies you.
Yep, I'm not
Wrong.
going. What? Nothing's wrong. Nothing. I'm just.
You don't want to go in there?
Nah,
Are you lying?
I can see. Something is very wrong. You're right.
What's the matter?
I hate this.
I love that so much.
Would you expand upon what exactly you hate? Because I hate being here.
Well, really just enclosed space
Oh.
in
Oh.
particular.
That makes sense.
It kind of makes sense. You like being out in the woods.
I do.
Big, wide
I
open.
do,
This is
yeah.
not open. This
no,
is
it's
stupid.
very cramped.
Not cramped for me, but I'm small.
Yeah.
You
It-
should work on
Okay.
being small.
Can you make?
Can you be small?
I could be small.
You can be small.
Maybe it feels less tight if you're small.
Yes.
That came out of my mouth without thinking one bit about it.
Oh my god. You know, I wouldn't really know.
It is what it is.
Bravo.
Oh God, inspiration for that one. Holy.
Gailian wouldn't understand.
He doesn't. He's laughing because everyone else is. All right.
I am small.
Yeah, you are. You are. I'm going to. Let me see what I can do.
You can turn into a cat.
I mean, you can.
I could
just,
turn into a cat.
You
That
could
would
just
be cool.
supervise from here anyway. We can
That's
all
a
walk
good. That's even better idea.
because we don't know what we'll be facing.
Right, and it's just a handprint.
And I'm still expecting to fight a demon thing, whatever it is.
I'll keep a lookout.
Yep.
That's what I'll do.
The
From
dark
here.
entities. Entity?
Corrupted entities.
Corrupted entities. Is there multiple or is there just one?
I believe just one. I hope just one.
There's
I
a lot
only
of
heard one
shadows.
voice.
There's a lot of
Yes, we
shadows.
believe just the one.
Oh, corrupted
Entity.
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 Anyway, I walk in.
You walk in.
She's like, I'm over
Okay.
this shit.
I'm over this shit.
So you step in.
Yeah.
You walk all the way to the end.
Nothing
happens as you walk in.
Just cautiously walking through.
So as you cautiously walk in, you get quarter of the way.
Yep.
Halfway.
Yep.
3/4 of the way.
Yep.
All the way up to the wall.
Yep.
There's a bloody handprint on the wall.
Okay.
That's it.
I put my hand over it.
Touch it?
Yeah.
As you touch it, right behind you, you feel as though someone puts their hands on your shoulders and says, "Only blood can show the way."
Blood for the blood gods. I take my short sword, I cut my hand, I do it again.
So in a very quick motion, you,
Oh, yeah.
you just slice and you touch.
Yeah.
As you slice your hand and you touch the stone and pull away, your blood literally begins to dissolve away the stone. And there's a faint light from within the hole just for a second, and you see something within.
I get it.
As you grab it and pull it free, you see a rectangular shard etched with runes.
I'm not Arcana.
And you hear the walls begin to move.
Yep, I run.
As you turn, literally, they begin to close in on
God.
both sides, but there's a lot of clutter. With a dash, how far can you run? Is it 60?
60 feet.
Yeah. Okay.
But if I feel like my life's like in danger, I will Zephyr Strike and make it 100.
You feel like your life is in danger.
I Zephyr Strike.
Okay. So you do feel like it's closing far too quickly for you to
Yep,
get
120
there.
feet. I bolt.
Just for funsies, I'm gonna make you roll a check for funsies.
Okay.
But because of Zephyr Strike, this is a very easy check, as long as you don't really mess up. And this is going to be... Hold on, I scrolled down. That's my bad. This is going to be a dexterity saving throw.
Oh. That's even better. It is a 24.
Oh, okay. Okay. So literally as the walls are about to pancake Adasonya, she gets to the end, jumps out, and they shut.
My fears have been justified. Thank you.
Well, if you're just as fast as she is, you don't have to worry about it.
Good thing
That
I
was
didn't
fun.
go in there.
Did you find anything?
I was going to say a slow person...
Or a
It could
white
have been,
person.
or yeah, was Zephyr Strike pretty good? I think most of you in the party would have been mostly okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, with Zephyr Strike,
What's your
Helps a lot.
movement speed?
It's 35 now. Level 2, I got plus.
yeah, he got.
You
yeah,
could have
I-
zipped in there and
yeah.
zipped out.
Yeah, I got
You're
a-
as
I got a
fast
bump.
as me?
Yeah.
Ostrix,
Holy
you slow?
Shit.
No,
I didn't think so.
You're trucking.
got regular movement, and then I also have Misty Step
Yeah.
built in for
I
once
figured
a
that
day.
most of you had ways. This is your kind of standard walls closing in puzzle. It's okay.
I also have a
So
way
She
to
gave
jump
me the
twice-
shard.
Twice.
okay,
Jump
so you have
So-
3 of them.
If I really had
As
What
you
does this
look
one
at
say?
it, this one, the runes represent. This one is darkness and light.
Okay.
So we have 3 runes.
Mhm.
Well, a moon, a rectangle, and a
Just a basic
shard.
piece,
Okay.
almost like a whole piece. And you can kind of sit there and look at it. I think with this many pieces, if you were to try and kind of like judge while looking at it, even though these don't sync on one side or the other, there's at least another 2 or 3 pieces.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
at least.
We need more.
More.
Well,
Emily, more.
so does that mean upstairs?
Well,
Wait,
we
there's
have
one
to
more.
the kitchen.
Kitchen.
Yeah, there's the kitchen. I was
right,
in there.
Right next.
Yeah.
You did go in there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. As you think that, the door, you hear it creak open. And there's just this waft of spoiled food that hits your nostrils.
Well, that's disgusting.
There it is.
I still think Gailian smelled worse.
You start to hear kind of this,
Yeah.
but heavy, like cupboards, like open, close, open,
That's
close,
annoying.
open, close.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rhythmic.
That is slightly annoying.
I feel like I should play like Viking battle music for that one.
Yeah, essentially.
There you go.
Well, I'll lead the way to the kitchen.
Okay.
As you walk a whole 7 feet to the right and look in, it smells bad. Like it's spoiled food, and the cupboards are rattling and opening and closing over and over. As you look around, the only thing that is not, the only movable door is the one to the hearth oven. It's slightly ajar. And just so much that on kind of the top, like stone plate, you see a child's doll just sitting kind of gazing at you. It's not alive or anything, but it's creepy and it's just looking at you.
It's not alive.
I've already seen.
As far as you can tell.
Means if we get any closer, it's going to spring the
It's a
light.
child's doll.
you.
How big
Yeah.
is it?
think of like well, I'd say about yay big. So what's that, like 18 inches?
Yeah.
Half my size.
I'd like to. Yeah, go get it.
You go in?
No, I said him.
What does it mean? She wants me to
Look at the small man.
Little G, you're up.
All right. I go walking in towards the hearth.
As you go walking
How
in,
high up is it?
I mean, you're gonna have to like do this to like get it the rest of the way open.
That's funny.
You just grab it by the foot.
I mean, you get to the oven. All the cupboards are still kind of rattling and shaking, but nothing bad happens. It's scary as all hell, but nothing happens. And
You see me just muttering under my breath, like I'm like reciting prayers.
gotcha.
Oh my god.
So you get to the oven. What would you like to do?
Like to touch the oven, see if I feel any heat or anything from it.
Very cold. Very, very cold.
Open the oven, I guess.
Does she like reach up and grab the oven? One hand or two?
It'd be two.
Two. The little hands of the doll do put theirs over yours. And as you kind of pull it down, then the doll's just kind of laying there, but its hands are atop of yours. But the face is looking up at you. The eyes and mouth are all stitched closed.
Gangster.
You hear kind of that childlike laugh echoed around the room.
You said the eyes and the mouth are stitched closed.
Yeah.
You good, little G?
Say the word.
I would close my eyes and close my mouth.
So you close your eyes and close your mouth. You can't see, so you don't know if anything's happened. What do you do?
I open my eyes. Anything changed in front of me?
As you open your eyes, the doll's face is right in front of yours.
Like I got closer.
Yeah, like right up to you, hovering. But its mouth is still stitched closed.
Its eyes are open, but the mouth is closed.
It's just looking at you with devoid black voids of pupilness.
Hi. I don't
Your
know.
mouth opens. As it does, it tries to like mimic you, and then something falls out.
Hey, you figured it out.
What fell out? I'm terrified of the freaking doll right now.
It
I know
looks.
you are.
It looks like another small piece of parchment. Kind of falls out against you. Falls on the ground.
I would grab the doll
You got the doll.
and set it back up there.
You sit back up there.
And I would probably be shaking at this point. And be like, okay, wait a minute. And then you'd see me kind of like bow my head, close my eyes for like 2-3 seconds.
At this point, you guys have watched as like all the shuttering in the cupboards all kind of go still, all shut, as he's like still and praying to himself.
And I would grab the parchment.
As soon as you grab the parchment, every cupboard opens and these dark, shadowy hands just reach all out towards you at once. I need a dexterity saving throw.
Oh no. You're a monk though. You're good at those.
Yeah,
I hope.
he should be good.
So you grab the parchment.
I'm just making sure I don't have anything I'm missing.
Be safe, little G. I love that. That's great.
21.
That's good. So you literally watch him monk ninja style dodging these hands, like jumping up on the counter, going across. You're not grabbed and thrown through portal cupboards, which would have been really fun.
Oh,
That's okay. And you kind of like dive out of the room as the door slams behind you.
Well, that was fun.
As I'm on, like, I think I'd like fly out and like land like on my chest, like just like desperate, like just hit the ground, and
Like
then
right
I just,
before the boots of Oztrix. He's
and then
looking down at you.
I just hold the parchment above.
Just hold it up. Oztrix, he holds up a piece of parchment toward you.
Oh, he's talking.
Okay.
I'll take it.
It's rolled up with string on it. The rest of you can talk to each other.
I made a
I'll,
made it funny.
Do you open it?
I'll open it.
I'll go ahead and tell you what it says real quick before I let you guys talk for a moment because you've completed the main floor. Inside it says, find the room of silence and offer it light.
Well,
Oh, okay.
This is.
Gailian just,
Oh, so you
figured it out.
When we find the quiet room,
love it.
you know what to do.
I gotta pee real quick.
Make it bright.
So you guys can RP.
I can do that.
I can do it too.
See, they
Oh.
got it.
Sweet.
It is really good that you guys have light. I will say that. Really good.
I'm so sad that nobody else saw your joke except for me.
Yeah.
What was
When you were
yours then?
talking to the doll and the mouth was still closed, she goes, That's why I was laughing over here. Kiss it.
Now, Keith.
That would have been fucking.
I did miss that because I was like, okay, because dolls creep me out in real life.
Yeah.
Anyway, like creepy dolls. So you're like, you can go and get it. I'm like,
I didn't know. I just
why me? She's already told me she's got a porcelain doll.
I'm bringing a porcelain
That's coming
doll back
home.
the next time that I go to my parents.
Yeah, no. Yeah, my sister had porcelain dolls too.
I left all
Fucking
mine.
shit out of me.
One of the first horror movies I watched as a child with
Was
Grandpa
Chucky?
was Chucky,
Oh,
and that
Chucky's the
shit scared me. I had nightmares for that for the longest time.
You were
From
really
Chucky?
young too.
Mine was
Yeah.
Pumpkinhead. Was the first horror movie I ever watched.
Nice.
And I watched it by myself. I had nightmares for fucking days after that. I was little.
My
Ghost of Mars
stepsister,
was my first one with the
that's
ice
a good
cube.
one. That's a good one.
Yeah.
my stepsister and stepcousin forced me to watch The Exorcism as my first ever scary
That's a
movie.
good
like
one.
the 70s version. you
Back
know?
then, I
Yeah.
mean, that was scary.
That was terrifying.
Watch it now,
to
it's a little
me.
cheesy, but
I had
was good.
nightmares for like a month. It was bad.
Well, so
Yeah.
we back down the hall across the.
it's a little bit bigger gap. But if you guys go through the same kind of process there with the long jumps, I think you'll be fine. We don't have to roll for that. If you're wanting to head to the second story,
Yeah,
It's
I'm
to the
assuming so.
it's first floor, ground floor, first floor. Okay. So we all
Way-
gather.
way
You
we
have
go.
what you've found here. Thus, moving on.
Is
Yes?
there a door at the top of the stairs, or is it open?
It is so the stairs lead out into a hallway, and as you came up here before, Ndeara's room was kind of right on the right as you walked in. So as you come up the stairs this time and come into this L-shaped hallway, to your right is Ndeara's door. It's there, and it is shut, and there was, a keyhole on this door. You do have a key, but it is shut. It doesn't open like all the other doors have as you walk toward it. And from this hallway, it leads, so if you go down and to the left, it would lead into Leander's room, because he has a bedroom up here as well. And if you go straight, it goes into, hold on just a second, scroll down. It goes into the dining area, the upstairs dining area just for them.
Oh, okay. Okay.
This is kind of more of their living quarters and the scribe's office. Downstairs, kind of for the bailiff, up here's like their living quarters and then the scribe's office. So, and then there's also something else, but we'll get there.
We'll get there.
Can we walk? I like to walk that direction and see if a ghost print.
Opens that door, like it has before. As you walk
Yeah.
toward Ndeara's
Just
room,
to see, not Ndeara's room. I feel like that's going to be the last room.
okay.
I'm referring to the other two rooms to see if they get opened up.
If you do kind of walk around the corner, it is the same thing. The footsteps do precede you, and if you get close to the dining area, that door opens, and if you look toward Leander's room, that door opens just a little bit, but not all the way.
Okay, so dining room. Let's go to the dining
You
room.
go dining room?
first.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dining room it is.
All right.
Let's eat.
I wouldn't eat anything here.
Yeah, no, it's rotten.
Yeah.
I saw the
So-
state of the kitchen. It's an F for sure.
It's an F?
Yeah.
What's that? What do you mean?
Oh, you're gonna make me actually explain this. It's a simple rating I give restaurants that I've eaten at.
What's a?
A
Yeah. We'll deal with this
restaurant?
later.
There are restaurants in the Isle of Cass.
That's
Maybe he's been there.
pretty... I've heard of these restaurants. They're like fancy taverns.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Something like
I've
that.
taken ingredients that I found in the wild. Very rare, hard to get ingredients.
So how
They-
do you
they tend to-
rate these restaurants?
You know, We're kind of in the middle of something. Maybe next time we sit down to eat, but I will tell you all about it.
So if F is
We're working on your backstory
bad.
right now, my friend.
if F is bad, does that mean like S is good?
S. Why would S be good? The first is A.
S means superb, right? That's what you're going with?
How do you know that, but you don't know what a fish is?
That's a good question.
It's a bit absurd as an A.
Yeah.
I now want to see food critic in your backstory. 100%.
I'm gonna have to figure this the
A
fuck
druid
out.
food critic
Because I can't
of the
cook.
Dovewood.
Your mentor of Flavortown.
He's a restaurateur.
Yeah. Yeah. That's going to be hilarious.
Anywho.
What have I done?
And Mr. Ramsey.
Sean, will you
to the
grab me
dining
another beer?
room.
Before but I'll wait to read you in. Or read you guys in. I'm going to have him grab me another beer.
We're
I
being
said-
sworn in.
I did S because of Japanese ratings.
Yeah.
Oh,
S is
yeah,
superb.
yeah,
Literally.
S is
It's-
superb.
it's
You can
S
make
is A.
you can make whatever tier list you want. If you're like
Oh,
me,
I'm gonna make it
I
all
think
fucked up
the
then.
S tier is kind of I didn't understand it when I first heard it either.
I didn't either.
It's
So
actually
that's
S
the-
to
that's the-
E.
that's
like
the old
S
man.
A B C D E.
E. Yeah.
But I've been on the internet now long enough to know that I understand it.
Yeah, all I
So-
knew is the S was the best.
Just throw in random letters. Make it fun.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna
Yeah.
fuck it all up.
Oh, yeah.
We're gonna have fun
It's
with this
gonna be
backstory. Okay, so Sean's got a earpiece in so we can hear. All right, so we're going into the dining area. Was that correct?
Yes.
All right. So the long dining table is set as if ready for a feast, but all the food is rotten, and the plates are cracked. The candles on the table flicker with a cold blue flame, casting eerie shadows that seem to move on their own. Chairs are turned over, and the air is thick with the stench of decomposed blood, pretty much in decay.
Okay.
I think this is also a F.
Yes, this isn't great.
You guys stand at the threshold.
Oh.
I'm not entering first. You guys can play with the doll this time.
Surely there can't be two dolls as I walk in.
Surely the walls
you
won't
walk
come
in?
collapsing in.
As
You already walked in?
as Atlas takes a step in, you immediately, like as soon as your foot hits the ground, all of a sudden you're sitting at the table.
Fuck.
And across from you is Adasonya, but you're not actually there. It's a deformed version of her, like a mocking version. She looks at you and she says, "Nature whispers that you betray its balance with every spell. You know that?"
I do not.
And it just kind of like
How would
looks
you
at
even
you.
know?
And you like you say that, and then you look over the threshold and you can see your allies, but you're sitting at the table.
Oh.
Who are you talking to?
Wait, yeah, can you
They cannot. You guys can't see anything.
Oh.
Oh, we can't see him.
You see him. You just can't see your
yeah,
ghost-like
but
visage.
no, that's why I said, "Who are you talking
Yes.
to?"
Yeah,
Yes.
you I'm talking talking to you.
She's right here. What do you mean?
Nope, she's right in front of me.
As you turn back and you look across from you, it's not Adasonya anymore. There's something that is far bigger than she is, with a crooked back. It is shrouded in this gray-white cloak, and its head, the neck is longer, and it's almost long enough that it can reach across the table. As you look up toward it, you see a rusted mask with holes all through it, with different eyes that twitch about. And it just kind of looks at you with a crooked neck. And as you blink and open your eyes, it's gone.
That was Can I push the chair back?
So you go to push the chair back.
Yeah.
You do.
Okay.
Should we go in there? Should we come in?
I don't think so. There's a horrible masked, mini-eyed monster.
Oh.
I kind of look around the
I
room.
think we should definitely go in there.
I mean, Yes, please
That
help.
sounds more like up his alley.
Oztrix, do you go in?
Yeah, I'll walk in.
Oztrix, as you step in and you cross the threshold, all of a sudden you're sitting at the head of the table, actually. As you kind of are all of a sudden there and you stare across, you're looking at Gailian. And it's a very disjointed version of him, grotesque in a way, as if he's rotting, like a zombie almost. Did you know that you steal the blood from others? And that doesn't really make you different from those that you hunt.
Are you trying to hurt me?
As you say that, the visage of Gailian goes still, like and these figures that you see, like they were like eating this rotted food as they say this, with it like dripping out of their maw, and it just goes still. But you're now at the head of the table, and you see Oztrix now, and you've now stood, but now he's in the room right kind of next to you at the table.
I walk in.
That was weird.
As you step in, you're now on the opposite side, and you see a disconjointed version of Oztrix looking at you. Mr. Oh, we gotta go to the Barbarian. You wander the woods, lost and forsaken. You know that each of your ancestors despise you. Can you imagine what they did to your mother and father?
Once you're in the room, can I hear what's going on?
No. Each
Okay,
of these are kind of directed at you, and you don't see these other visages, right? Same thing. Oztrix is just disconjointed, zombie-like, eating this food, and then he goes still.
You're not real.
Seems like each time they walk in, they start talking to things.
It does seem that way.
Gorik, you walk in, and you're teleported right across from a very disjointed version of Dream. A halfling lost in a world too big for you. You'll never have a place here, she says to you. And then she goes still.
I have a place right here. You teleported me right to this seat. It's mine now. Fuck you.
For whatever reason, Dream, that hurt a little bit.
What's he talking to me?
I don't know who he's talking to.
My feelings feel hurt.
Come, join us, friends. It's so much fun.
Steal your.
Okay, I walk through.
Adasonya, you go through, and now you're sitting across from Atlas, and he looks at you for a second, but then it changes to someone familiar.
Okay.
For you, I will forever linger in your soul. You're nothing more than my puppet, whether you know it or not. But I may help you leave this place.
I mean, if you don't help me, then, you know, you don't really have anything to continue living with.
Always the optimist. And then it's Atlas again, but he goes still.
Guess I also walk in.
As you step in, you're looking across at a very disjointed looking Gorik. It's so funny because he's so little.
Probably standing on the
Knowledge
table.
will always be your crutch. But you know that you'll never find true power. You're worthless.
Damn.
That's a lot.
And then he goes still. But now each of you are sitting around the table and you can see each other except for you've stood up, yeah? Was it who stood up? Was it Atlas?
me.
Yeah.
You
Well, I
pushed
just-
your...
You pushed
Pushed the
away.
chair back,
Yeah,
yeah.
but so everyone's still kind of sitting around the table. At this point, like all the lights kind of like flare up. And the food before you all of a sudden is not so rotted, and the room looks as you knew it when you first came here. Very calm.
What food is before us?
It is so. I would say it would be very much like roasted boar, lots of veggies and side dishes.
Is boar like the main?
For here in the Devilwood, yeah, wild boar is a big thing here. But as you kind of like just kind of look around, you start to like see things intermingled with the food. Specifically you as you look, because you kind of went through it. You see like carcasses of the small dead pixies that you fought recently and things like that. It's like the more that you look at it, you see things that are off-putting that shouldn't be there, like razor blades within the food, that kind of thing, like little pieces of iron and dagger. Yeah, it's not as it should be. But each of you are just kind of sitting around the table.
I hope they don't expect us to eat this.
I'm not going to.
I can't.
I would
Doesn't look very good.
grab a knife and start like carving some of the boar off and like putting it on my plate.
As you like take it from there to your plate, it goes sour and decomposes like immediately.
Answers that question.
Now what?
Should we just get up?
I rise.
You rise, and then it's back to that very dark and disgusting and scary room that it was. And there is a door that leads from here. And as you stand up and look that way, the smell from this doesn't compare from what's wafting from that chamber in the distance of this room.
It smells worse over there.
So you're saying we shouldn't go over there, or we should?
I think, well,
But aren't we looking for something?
yes.
Have we found it?
No.
I investigate the table looking for more shards.
Looking at it, you can roll an investigation check.
12.
Looking through it, you don't really see much of anything of note, other than the fact that you're picking up the... If you were to eat any of this, there's a good chance that you wouldn't survive it. That's kind of what you're getting the most.
Okay.
Like, there's like ball bearings, there's like shards of dagger. There's just random things that would tear up your insides if you were to all of a sudden be compelled to eat these things. That kind of thing.
Okay.
Well, this has been fun, but dinner's over. And I stand up.
I guess we all stand up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As you all stand up, there was nothing to find here. It was just a bit of a demoralizing, scary room.
A red herring, maybe, perhaps.
It just wanted to talk shit.
It did. This was one of those things to just bring you darker within this place. Darker and deeper. But from this room, there is an adjoining chamber. You didn't go here because none of you needed to relieve yourself. That is the refuse room. That is the chamber pot area. That is the bathroom.
Ye old
That
Yes, sir.
explains why I have the smell so
I
bad.
swear.
poop monster.
What, honey?
I already know who's going in there.
Who's going in there?
I go in. I go in. I go in.
Do you go in?
I go in.
Okay. As you go to the door, you look in. The hallway is narrow, and the walls seem to close in on themselves. As you go to like take a step in, they immediately kind of close in. The floor creaks with just that first step, and the shadows twist into these claw-like shapes that seem to reach out towards you, blocking your path.
I don't think this is gonna work out too well.
What do you
Some
mean?
of you do kind of harken back to something you were told earlier, though.
Light. I was going to ask, is it silent here in the room?
Say it again.
Is it silent in this room? Like
Yes.
deafening silent?
Yes. Black devoid.
Make the big man light.
Light.
This little light of mine. I'm gonna let it shine.
As it lights up, the darkness is pushed back, and you kind of look down and you can see, so it goes down, cuts off to your right, and then around to the left. So you can't really see all the way, but everything does retreat. The walls retreat, the darkness, the claws. They're all kind of skittering like bugs and cockroaches on the walls, just waiting to get to you, but the light is pushing them away.
So we should all stay very close to Gorik. Not
we all
Gorik.
Gailian.
Gailian.
Do we all have to enter in together?
I don't know.
Does it feel, when the darkness is pushed back, does it feel like a regular room again? Or is
As
it still
regular as it
very-
can be
Yeah.
in this haunted house.
But it's not very, it's not still being
I have
oppressively
Torches
small.
in a
No.
tinderbox.
Do you want to
Okay.
go by yourself?
You're not claustrophobic at the moment.
I'm gonna light a torch.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna set it at the end.
Okay.
I'm gonna walk forward.
Okay.
When I get to that bend, I'm gonna light a torch. Set it there.
The light is on you.
He's
cast light on
making
you.
a breadcrumb trail.
Exactly.
I think.
That's still kind of smart.
You want to do that? So you go in alone. Okay.
Yes.
So you set
I'll
one
say I'll
down.
perch on your
Yep.
shoulder. if you
Turn,
want.
and then you set another one down.
Yep.
At this point, the hallway goes down several feet and then cuts to the left, and that's where the smell is the most oppressive. On the walls just outside of the door that you can see down toward the end, there is refuse that has been thrown from it everywhere. All over the walls.
Floating poop monster.
Okay.
I'm gonna get halfway down the hallway.
Mm-hmm.
Light a torch. Set it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I will turn the bend.
As you turn the bend, you see hanging above, we'll call it a chamber pot.
Shitter.
It's full, over full. The whole room is flooded with it. You see a rusted lantern hanging unlit from the ceiling. The lantern is coated in thick black sludge.
Light a torch.
Mm-hmm.
Put it up towards the lantern.
You're gonna have to step in to get to it.
Oh, you with his long arms.
I will step in.
It comes up to the top of your boots.
Oh no.
Do you light the lantern?
Yeah, I light the lantern.
As you
Good thing he likes the bathhouse.
Yeah.
As you light the lantern, it illuminates the chamber. And as you look around, it's to the point where I'm about to give you a con save to see if you survive the smell. As you look down within the refuse pot, beneath the shit,
Yep.
something is glowing.
Oh, perfect.
I knew it. I knew it. I watched so much Silent Hill. He's like, oh, go in the fucking toilet. Go in the hole.
You think I wasn't gonna make someone put their hand in shit tonight?
Why do you think I asked him to do it?
I rip a chunk out of my poncho,
Okay.
grab it. You all with the poncho, my piece in there. Grab it, pull it out, run.
Mm-hmm. So you just grab it. You run through- he comes running around the fucking hallway with just a handful of glowing shit. Just right to the door.
What are you
What do
doing?
you got? What the?
It's glowing. I drop it.
Oh.
You drop it and it clanks on the ground and the piece kind of breaks free from the duty. It's an elongated shard with runes on it.
What do the runes mean?
You know what's funny? Is you don't recognize them, but Oztrix, you do. These are your runes for blood and cleansing. This seems to be the final piece of the sigil, but it's not the final piece, if that makes sense. This is like the headpiece,
all the
the main piece, but there's another piece still missing.
What was it? Blood and what?
Cleansing.
Blood and cleansing. But this is like the main set piece for it.
It's like the middle structure.
It's as if this place has manifested his ritualistic sigil, but it is then shattered into pieces. And you're still missing one.
Makes sense.
Why am I always the one who needs to get stinky?
You
It's
came
your
to
cross
us that
bear,
way.
friend.
It's my
Did you cross the
It's a smelly cross.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
How does the smell affect you?
I smell it.
That's why
You all smell
that's
it.
why you did it.
It's under your fingernails.
Yeah.
You're built for it.
Sorry,
It's
buddy.
just built different.
This isn't real. This isn't real.
Just built
This
this.
isn't real.
I can just sense like Oztrix like a step away, like with his nose down toward Gailian, just like, you're built for it.
Maybe you should hold on to that shard.
Can someone wipe it down or clean it?
If only there was prestidigitation in the party.
I have
only.
water
Wizards.
Who would have
skin.
thought
Say,
that
do we
that
have
spell
water or
would have
water?
been prominent in this
So
campaign?
useful. Yeah.
Yeah, water skins.
Yeah.
That's
Somebody
about as good
mentioned they
as
can
we're
I
create and destroy
Pour out
water?
my water skin on it.
gonna get. Okay.
As you take your water skin and pour it out, sand falls across it.
You know, that's better than nothing, right?
Poopy sand.
Poopy sand.
It's better than nothing.
It
Now
like
it's-
clings to it, and then you can brush it off.
Now it's gritty.
It's like throwing cat litter on shit.
Yeah, so you could
It's
like
well clumped.
wipe it off better now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I bet you that a spellcaster is going to pick up prestidigitation after this session,
can
huh?
guarantee it.
I didn't know that was a spell.
It's a cantrip.
Yeah.
For
cantrip.
yeah, it's a cantrip. It's a good one. Just for your notes, there are 3 chambers remaining on this level that have been unexplored. There's the scribe's office, Leander's room, and then Ndeara's room. Just so you guys know.
Okay.
You said Leandra's room had cracked open a little bit.
Leander's room, yeah, it didn't all the way open where you could really see inside. It was like spookily it opened. But you have to go through Leander's room to get to his office.
So
So we have
that's the
office,
his room.
scribe office. It would be kind of okay.
Yeah,
If we don't
it's
go-
actually, it doesn't make a lot of sense. You have to go through Leander's room to get it to Ndeara's office. It's not adjoined to her chamber.
That's-
It's adjoined to his.
Okay.
Odd.
Yeah.
That's weird.
It
Okay.
is. Maybe that has to do with other things in the real world.
That's creepy.
It could be as simple as that he didn't have a daughter for a long time and this whole house was his. So
That's fair.
Okay, yeah.
it's probably more simple than you think.
Well,
So where would you guys like to go?
Leander's room.
yeah.
All right.
Kind of have to go through that to get to the office.
I mean, we need
Okay.
one more piece, and I'm assuming we need all the pieces before we go to Ndeara's.
yeah.
Or we die.
That's always an option.
I don't want to die.
You won't die.
Okay. So we push back through, smelling of poopy and sand.
Gross.
As you get to the door, you will have to push it open. So who would like to do that?
I'll do it.
Gorik goes walking up.
Why are you looking at me like that? You want me to do it?
You have it.
I know.
Oh, you want her to do it?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do it.
Okay.
It's just a
Dream walks up.
Oh.
Push the door. As it lights up, the room is in complete disarray. The bed's overturned. There's a mirror that's cracked. The walls are covered in deep gouges. The air feels electric.
Woogie, woogie, woogie.
The door tries to shut. Like it keeps trying to shut. Like you push it open, it tries to shut. You push it open, it tries to shut.
Stop it.
And you're at the threshold. You're just kind of like, no.
She's like a cat. No. No.
Yeah.
No.
Do you need help?
I'm not sure.
I was gonna brute force that.
I'm gonna step through the door.
As you step through the door, and you're behind her,
Yeah, I'm like looking to see what happens.
as she pushes the door and you step in, the door slams shut. You're in the room alone.
I charge. I shoulder charge the door.
You reach back and you go to shoulder charge it right into stone. The door's not there anymore.
The cat. Oh.
Dream.
You were catnapped.
You cat. Oh no.
I couldn't help it. I'm sorry.
The room goes completely dark. Do you have dark vision?
Yes.
Okay. So in the grayscale, you kind of like adjust. Complete darkness. As you look around, the room is empty. There is a door off to the right. It's shut. But directly before you is a wardrobe that's also shut. Behind you, you can hear the thudding against the wall, and as you turn around, the door's not there anymore. It's just stone.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Do you keep trying to break it down?
Yeah.
I am going to approach
Roll
the
damage.
wardrobe.
You approach the wardrobe. Yeah.
Open it. Does a boggart
10?
come out?
No. No.
That's good.
As you open the wardrobe, you have to kind of like grab it and pull it. It's a big wardrobe. And you pull it open and you take a step back. You can hear the clattering of chains. On the inside, something is hanging, dangling there. In the grayscale, you're watching as blood and refuse is falling from the half, what remains of the body of Leander. He's draped up on chains, his head broken, like his neck broken. It's just what's left of his body, and it's hanging there. But beyond him is darkness, and a landscape of darkness and fire. And it beckons toward you with hands of flame, just trying to reach toward you and get you. Behind you, you can hear the stone creaking. Would you like to roll another attack?
Yep.
It's getting closer.
Light
whatever it
on
is.
my great staff.
You do light up the room. Now you can see everything in full color. It's even worse.
Your Gandalf.
The wall behind you breaks open, and you can now see through. In that moment, you see everything that I just described, Gailian. There are dark, fiery hands reaching toward Dream, past the body of what looks like Leander that's held up and just tortured and eviscerated. The rest of you kind of peek in, trying to kind of look at that.
Get her out of there.
Try to jump in.
Yep.
So as you step in, the wardrobe does slam shut.
I was about to close the door anyway.
I figured.
Yeah.
Oh, you okay?
Fuck that.
My shoulder hurts.
You didn't want to get dragged to hell?
No.
Okay.
So you said there's another door,
Yeah.
and there's nothing else in the room except for this wardrobe. Okay.
Just the wardrobe.
Other door. Go to that one.
Do you want me to go through it this time?
I figure that you're probably shaking at this point.
Yeah, I'm terrified.
Yeah, so you guys are all picking up on the fact that she just witnessed something horrible. You saw it for a brief second, the rest of you didn't see it. But this room is now devoid of anything other than a wardrobe.
Are you okay?
No.
Fuck that wardrobe.
Don't open the wardrobe.
Don't. No.
Do not open the wardrobe.
No.
Sure.
What's in the wardrobe?
Bad.
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 Okay, bad.
Bad.
Hellscape?
Bad.
Blood.
Blood.
It's bad.
That's
Fire.
fair. Fire.
Well,
Dark, shadowy hands reaching for me, calling to me. No.
Oh, like
Bad.
like the things that try to get me when I touch the doll.
More fiery. More fiery.
I mean, I like
That's,
fire, but I don't think I like fire that much.
No. Just don't open the wardrobe.
Okay.
There's
That-
nothing in the wardrobe
Well,
beyond
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
a very decomposed and very dead Leander, but I believe it's a illusion.
We'll go with that.
This is
That
all an
wasn't
illusion. What do you
real.
mean? I don't believe any of this is real. We're all asleep.
We'll sleep.
The whole exorcism went well. We just passed out from exhaustion. I mean, we're in a nightmare. It's all together. Because Oztrix, blood magic.
Oztrix, does your blood magic cause collective nightmares?
Not that I know.
No, I didn't think so.
Not that he knows. See, we might be onto something
the
here.
first time for everything, I guess.
It's not real. It's not real. It's not real.
Oztrix, the door that is in this chamber doesn't have a handle. It has incomplete runes of your design, the same ones you put on Ndeara.
Would I know the missing sequence?
You just have to use something to complete it. They are on the door inscribed with blood, for sure.
Yeah, so I'll probably just use the blood from my reliquary.
You begin to draw as you walk over. So as you guys are kind of talking, so Oztrix, you walk over, you begin to do that.
I was
Yeah, I'll
on top
complete the
of
sequence
Gailian's
of
shoulders,
runes.
just shaking.
As you complete the sequence of runes, from the center of the door, it begins to fold in on itself in like little 2-inch pieces of plank, like a rolling door on both sides, kind of like you just grabbed, like a Venetian blend, essentially. Kind of pulls itself both ways, it opens. There's no room beyond, just a small little plank of wood with yet another handwritten note on it, but open this time. Not sealed or anything. And it's sitting there looking at you. Do you read it?
I do.
So as you read through it, this entry does seem to be almost like a journal entry from Ndeara. As you read through it, it seems to have been like you start reading through it and you're like, oh, the poopy room could have been a bit easier. It essentially hints at how that was supposed to work, like you could have discerned it. But now that we've already been through the poopy room and we're here, we go to the most important part of the letter, which essentially tells you that as you discern it from how you're reading it, it says that the one who bears the mark of blood must lead the way into the chamber of darkness. And as you kind of pull up the paper beneath it, you can see a gold key, presumably to Ndeara's room.
All right. And I'll kind of motion. I have a key.
Yeah, the rest of the letter hinted that there was a false piece of wall that they could have got you to the thing without sticking your hand in poop. That's all.
I wasn't going to make an intelligence check.
Yeah, that's.
I don't want him to know.
If you'd have went here first, like,
I don't want him to know.
like that's
There's
all
no,
it was.
there's no reason for
That's
him
all
to
it
know.
was.
Yeah.
But yeah, you've just been given. Well, you've just been given what it said and a key to her room.
I guess I'll head over to her room.
I shall follow.
Should we do anything with the sigil pieces before we enter?
Can
At
they
this
fit
point, you have
together?
enough
Look
to
like-
realize that you're missing one final piece.
And we've cleared all the rooms except for Ndeara's.
Yes. Yes,
Okay.
you have.
Okay.
So
Yes,
the
you
last
have.
piece
Must be in here.
Yes.
must be in her room.
Has to be. That's confirmed.
The keyhole is in the center of the door. Super
Odd-
dramatic fashion, of
Odd
course.
place.
Yeah, interesting place for that. I'll throw it in there and give it a turn.
It's one of those you have to turn it like multiple times, and the door begins to kind of like go into itself.
Yeah.
It's like a rolling.
Yeah. And as this sequence of events ends and the door kind of dissolves away, the room before you is the one that you were in not that long ago. The room is shrouded in shadows. The air is heavy with that scent of blood, that decomposing blood. The bed is surrounded by iron chains that writhe like snakes, like serpents, twisting and turning in unnatural patterns. Oztrix, Mr. Blood Cleric, you notice, as you open the door and look in, that the chain's movements form a broken version of also the blood runes that you drew earlier during the exorcism. They seem to pulse faintly as if waiting for something. So the room is as you know it, just as dark and fucked up as it was. But now there's just the chains, and Oztrix, again, you notice that they seem to be an incomplete version of your runes. Or your sigil,
go
whatever
in.
it would be.
I'll go and complete the sequence again.
It's not as easy as drawing at this time. As you kind of go toward one, it kind of recoils. As you grab onto it, it tries to pull away. You're gonna need some help with this. You're gonna need some brawn.
I will go over and wrestle some snake chain.
This is definitely one of those. There are 4 chains, but they're bigger than what they were. Like fucking anaconda style chains right now. And this is one of those where each of you have to contribute something in some
I
way.
will also try to wrestle a chain.
Okay.
The same way he is.
Okay. So 2 chain girl,
Two
chain
chain.
boy,
Two chain.
chain girl, chain boy, and that's Shawn and Andrea. I know I'm using your real names. I'm sorry. Adasonya and Gailian.
You know, I've got one to burn. Hang on.
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
The little
What, you
ones
got
will
like
take
a
one.
cigarette or something? I'm just kidding.
She'll pounce on
yeah,
it.
You got some
something
pipe
She'll get the
tobacco?
rest of it.
Something like it.
You got that hobbit weed?
Hobbit weed.
I'm. Oh, never mind. I'm going to. Yeah. Okay.
What?
I thought about changing into something, but you would be less useful if I did. So, I go over, and if I open a window, is there still any moonlight coming through?
No.
Oh, it's all
no.
gone.
The only ambient light in this room is coming from the fake moonlight that's in the room outside of it.
I
if that
still
makes
have
sense.
the light on my quarterstaff as well.
Well, there you go. So it's lit up by her.
Yeah, I was looking.
Yeah, the windows
He
are
wants a
devoid of
moonlight.
light.
moonlight.
Yeah. If you were actually to go to a window and try to open it, it wouldn't open for you. Not
Yeah,
easily. You
no,
could try and
just
break it.
Try like the just trying to get like pull the curtain.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pulling the curtains back is just like a black painting.
Then I would do what I did earlier. I would use a vine whip to kind of wrestle one of them.
Okay. So you're gonna go after a chain as well.
Do you want to tag team
That's
it?
3 chains.
If I'm not needed anywhere else, sure.
You guys want to go after one of the chains together?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's got
So
pounce.
Gorik and Dream, and that leaves Adasonya and Oztrix to complete the yeah.
She's grabbing a chain.
She's
too.
grabbing
You
a chain.
Oh yeah, you grabbed a
Yeah,
chain.
so
So
it's
it's just
just
Oztrix, yeah?
Yeah.
What about you? What are you doing? You grab one
holding
too?
a chain.
So chain, chain,
Yeah.
chain,
All
chain.
Yeah.
Too small.
Okay.
If
people
you
grabbing a
need
chain.
me to help
No,
Oztrix,
it's
I
fine.
can.
It's fine.
But
I was just writing real names and then fake names,
Oh.
character names,
It got
and I got
confusing.
confused. All right, Oztrix, they're all ready for you. So now you have to kind of like orchestrate all this, which means you have to tell them to kind of how to do it, and then be ready to kind of empower it. Which means that I need from you specifically an Arcana and a Religion check, and then those two would be specific enough.
Okay. Arcana is 19 plus 1.
Damn.
Hey, let's
That's
go.
pretty good, and you're not even proficient in Arcana, are you?
I'm not.
Hit that
That's pretty
dirty
good.
boy.
Religion would be 8 plus 3.
Oh.
11.
Okay. So, as you begin to seal the rune together, it causes the chains to stiffen as you all kind of pull it together in the way that he wants it. As they seal, you guys kind of let go and pull away. In the center of the bed, amidst the blood rune, glowing faintly, something begins to show itself. Final piece of the sigil. This one, let's see. That is number 2, so that's number 5. So this is an elongated shard with runes for, again, you notice this again, it's still blood and cleansing. No, sorry. This one's this one's a little bit different. It's not just blood and cleansing. Blood cleansing and fire. So you would notice the fire. Oztrix, you notice just the blood and cleansing. Fire is the difference on this one. But now you have all the pieces.
we should put them together.
Assemble! Assemble! So who would like to put it together? And do you do it in Ndeara's room?
We didn't see anywhere in the house that like these should sit or anything like that. Like
Not that I'm
construct-
aware of.
Not that aware of, no.
I feel like it should be done here.
I feel like it should.
This is where the fun happened.
Fun.
Have more fun here.
Yeah, but the only other place that we saw anything would be in the other room.
The kitchen storage.
No,
The wardrobe room.
Oh,
yeah.
No.
You said there's a body in there? Okay.
We vetoed.
No. Ain't going there.
Right here's good then.
you can't make me.
Right here's
Think you
fine with
can.
me.
The cat says no.
I don't
The
think
cat
he would.
says no.
After he
I
saw
don't-
what was in there.
I don't mind
That's
putting
fair.
it together.
You want to put it together? Okay. When you begin to align it in your hands, you would probably kind of sit on the floor and put it all together. All the pieces, as they assemble, they kind of seal together to form a jagged circular sigil approximately 1 foot in diameter. It glows with a faint crimson light as you seal it, and the runes pulse as they align. The sigil itself is a combination, as I said, of obsidian and crystal, but as it forms, it's something that maybe you more than any recognize. Dragonbone.
Aww.
It indicates an ancient origin in your mind. As the sigil is completed, it does radiate a faint warmth, suggesting that it holds some kind of power. As it radiates this light, everything around you begins to almost heal itself back to how it should be. But in doing this, it doesn't immediately do anything. You feel as though you have the key, but now you have to activate it in some way.
Okay. Fire. So we need.
It's a dragon bow.
And the dragon.
Fire.
Well, do you fire
Do you
it?
fire?
Yeah, I just cast produce flame in my hand and I began
Just
to
kind of light it
warm
up?
it. Yeah.
Okay.
Just to see.
Um,
This is a dragon bow.
That's
Ooh.
what dragon bones are like?
Oh, what?
Yes, and I'm going to attempt to warm it up.
Oztrix, as she's holding it and she begins to alight it, from within it, there's this golden etching that kind of starts at like 3 o'clock and then winds all the way, like a little tube pattern all the way up to 12 o'clock. And at the top, there's this little kind of funnel spout, as if the fire is half of the puzzle and then it needs something else. A little fuel, perhaps.
A little liquid.
All that red stuff.
Do you do it?
Yeah.
As you begin to pour in the blood, all of a sudden, it's as if you're on that circular platform again as the world spins around you like a Rubik's Cube. And all of a sudden, you're standing where you were. Ndeara is on the bed, still chained. And everything is silent as it was. She does seem to be breathing. There's only a few seconds of calm. She lunges into herself, her mouth opens unnaturally large, and from it she begins to projectile vomit the darkness from her up toward the ceiling, just blood and gore, and something begins to crawl out of her body, pulling itself large and massive, and it literally lunges out of her mouth up into the ceiling, and the thing looks down. And unfortunately, the fight will have to be next time.
Oh, that looks so cool, though.
Because we're nearing midnight.
Yeah.
And
But
next
that's
time, we will have to complete part 3, defeating the creature as now it exists in the material realm.
What is it?
It is a fucked up abomination. I can't wait to describe it to you next time
On
Dragon Ball Z.
on Dragon Ball Z. We'll call it there. You ready to do the fight? Ian, I'll let you go. I know it's late. Thanks, everyone. I can't wait.
Bye-bye.
Later.